Oh, we were thinking about scotch, actually. Well, actually, no, I just have scotch, but that's offensive to Nick, who is from Kentucky.
Actually, it is bourbon now that I stop and think about it.
Oh, okay,
Hey!
bourbon. We can work with that.
They put that in bottles in Kentucky, from my understanding. You just give that to babies.
Yup.
That's what's up. Okay, here we go.
Is that what's wrong with me?
That's why I got the
mean-
shakes.
It can be more than one thing.
That'll probably work for the intro bit right there. Okay. So I was on Discord. I asked everyone to submit a pick for the Halloween Cup. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And I won't name names, but somebody in Discord just put out that they wanted to, quote, "I want to try your manhole."
Oh!
I was like, straight up, "What did you say to me?" And they said, "Damn it, that auto-corrected from a while."
Oh, Mawile. Okay.
That's weird because I typed a while yet.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to start it over. Welcome to Pokemon Go Radio, episode 261, the place where everything Pokemon Go. My name is Papa Narwhals, aka Nar, and I'm joined by Salt. No one cares, he's always here, it's whatever. But we're also joined by the man, the legend, the Kentucky Nick. Famous, of course, you probably know him for being the only person on this planet that believed Kentucky football would be good this year. So, Kentucky Nick, welcome back to the show.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, baby. Hey, Stoops Troops, we're 6-0. Actually, this release is Monday, right? We're 7-0. Dirty
Whoa.
Dogs down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bud. I don't know. We got a host of the BTW PvP podcast. His name's Wildcat Dad, and I told him if Kentucky beats Georgia, I will personally send him an apology card handwritten.
Just write it
There's
down.
no
Look,
way.
I mean,
I'm just going to have fun
Could
watching.
happen.
We got the 3:30 Saturday game. That's new for Kentucky football. We will probably beat the spread, you would hope. They're favored by like 24. So
yeah.
I'll just have fun
I'm-
watching.
I don't know what the number is, but I'm betting the under because these are some defensive football boys they're playing up here. But
In
it should be a
Georgia,
good game.
Georgia's legit probably the best team this year.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they are
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh yeah, they are.
Well, this
they
will be a
look
test.
sick.
I mean, Kentucky's no joke this year for real, and I think it'll be. It's easy to kind of look good out the gate, beating up on a weakened Clemson team, right? But this is a real defense that they're going to have to score some actual, honest to god points on. So we'll see what happens.
We have good
Yeah.
defense. We're good up front, like linebacker in the box type
Really
situation.
good.
Also, you guys
So-
keep making like stupid things happen, which you can't undervalue that. And also you guys are playing with it's all upside. Okay, whatever. You lose by 30 points. Who cares? Like you got nothing to lose. And Georgia's out here playing for their season.
I like it.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's an upset alert,
It's gonna be a
but
good game.
it would not shock me if Kentucky gave them more than they wanted. I would not be surprised.
Here's the bad
are-
sign. The worst sign of all. I'm the worst gambler in the world, especially on sports, and
Oh,
I
did you
took the
bet on
Kentucky
them?
money line. Yes, I
Oh,
bet on
no.
Kentucky to win.
No.
The odds
What
are
was it,
so
plus
good.
500?
It's like
Was it plus 500?
plus
Sprinkle.
plus 1150.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
get that money. Get it.
Yeah.
Why not? Like,
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
I put $100 to win 1150. Sure.
That's, I mean, especially with college football where anything can happen, why not? But we are about 5 minutes into this podcast, and we probably should say the word Pokemon at some point, I
Sure.
guess. But I kind of do still want to keep talking about. That's why Nick made us record tonight, because he's either going to be on Cloud 9 around tomorrow night on Saturday, or in a deep well of despair. But either way, probably bourbon involved, yeah?
Probably, very much, yes, probably. Very
Good
likely,
stuff.
strong probability. But yeah, I'm gonna try to have fun because I'm a diehard Reds fan. When they lose, it kills me. And Kentucky basketball is one of those things where you get sucked into being miserable if you lose. So tomorrow, I mean, it's Kentucky football. I'm just gonna try to have fun.
You play with house money, basically,
Yeah,
at that point, just
basically.
in terms of like your emotional well-being. But we're really glad to have you on the show. If you guys don't actually know who Nick is, he is the PvP extraordinaire. You stream on Twitch. You were the jerk that got me into Twitch. I hate it. Now I watch it a lot. I watch people do all kinds of weird stuff on Twitch, and it's your fault. So thanks for that.
Hey, I feel you. Pokemon Go got me into Twitch too, and now I'm like watching people open Pokemon cards, which makes me want to go buy Pokemon cards, and then like, yeah, it's and
cool.
at least we're in the Pokemon part of Twitch. There's some weird stuff out there, so just be safe, be careful.
I mean, unless you like feet, that's probably a thing. We just keep scrolling past that.
There's some bad neighborhoods in Twitch land. Drive right
Yes.
past
But
them.
how was? Oh, and also, I guess Nick is also famous for like winning a game on an island or something.
I was on a reality TV
Things
show.
happen.
Okay, that's the
Twice.
point of Pokemon.
I
So,
won one and
you know.
lost one, so
101, 500. That's more than I've won.
Yeah, that's better
Winner
than
of
Kentucky's
Survivor
odds.
season 37.
Hey,
David
that's
versus
right,
Goliath.
That's right. Yeah.
Got
Hey,
it.
But
I'm
for real,
getting my walls would be proud.
if there are people who are big Survivor fans that listen in, and I have found there is a pretty big cross of Pokemon and Survivor.
We have a
people.
whole Discord channel for like Big Brother and Survivor. People are
Yeah.
into it.
So it's been hard for me to publicly talk about Survivor because if I say something, then people that don't like me will take it, spread it, whatever. So basically, what I've done is I started a Patreon group for people that want to get to talk to me about the show more. And so what I do is I add you to my Instagram close friends list, and then I can like give my breakdowns on the episodes, then add you to my Discord, and
Nice.
I can talk. I feel more freely to talk about Survivor in that platform and actually give my real opinion and not worry about making somebody mad who's maybe on the show now or somebody taking what I say out of context. And especially when I was on the second time, I had a lot of trouble with that kind of stuff on Twitter and stuff. So if you are a fan of me or Survivor or Pokemon, if that's something that interests you, I want to throw that out there.
Definitely. We'll link that in the description of the podcast too, because we know there's a lot of folks that like that. And I think that's just like a much nicer, cleaner model because it's almost like it's like just put like a little bit of interest, like just get beyond Twitter, and then it's like let's have a conversation rather than just like screaming at random people on the internet. That's not fun. And then it also kind of keeps it neat because then we can do like Pokemon streaming, and it's like this is Nick Wilson, Kentucky Nick, the Pokemon guy, and it's like, you want to talk Survivor? There is a platform for that, but it, like we're trying to play some Pokemon right now.
And yeah, exactly. And people come in my Twitch chat, and it's okay to ask a Survivor question in my Twitch chat, but I'm there playing Pokemon or Final Fantasy or doing something else. So sometimes Survivor will kind of overtake the conversation. Sometimes it's fine, but sometimes it's not annoying. But you know, I mean, I guess you guys probably know what I'm trying to say.
I guess it's also kind of like people showing up to this podcast and like listening to us talk about college football. Like, this is fine, but you got like 3 minutes. Of
Yeah,
this, like,
exactly.
before I'm going to get upset.
Yeah.
And I bet that's a lot of people that go to your stream. They're like, I'm here to watch PvP, and I've never seen an episode of Survivor, so like y'all can carry on for like 5 minutes, and then it's time to get back to work. But I am really excited to have you on the show because we have a lot of PvP news to be talking about. I wasn't joking. This guy legit knows his stuff. If you heard him on, we had him last time. Really a good person to talk about all the different GBL metas and stuff, so we'll be diving deep into the Halloween Cup. But before we can get to the Halloween event and the cups and all the spook season kind of stuff, how was y'all's week this week? What'd you get up to? How was your week in Pokemon?
I just went to a farm. Like that's what I was just doing. Yeah.
For
So,
why?
There's a farm and then it's on the east side of town, and basically they turn it into like a little pumpkin patch, and you can go out and you can pick flowers, and they had some fire pits set up, and it was just a night where families just kind of go out there and hang out by the fire pit, and some local vendors were out there. And I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty pessimistic about it. I was like, I don't want to do that. That sounds lame. But then we got out there and I was like, this is nice. I like this.
Are you a pagan now? Did you go to like a Celtic druid circle or something?
I'm in a coven.
Oh no.
No, it was nice. We had
Mom's
like,
gonna be
some,
so
like,
upset.
We had some like parent friends that went with us. It was a good time.
Oh, that's nice. What about you, Nick? What'd you get up to this week?
So my last couple weeks have been filled with football. I went to the UK-Florida game 2 weeks ago. I went to the Bengals-Packers game last weekend, which are both two crazy games to be at. So I got my like 2 football weekends out of the way. I'm not going to any more games, probably until the Reds baseball season. So
And when Kentucky makes the playoffs.
Yes, I mean if we get a bowl game or something like that, like a sick bowl, I would do that, or SEC championship. But so I've been slacking on Pokemon Go the last few weeks. I've just been too busy with work and other things, and so I was really sad that Chansey and Licky Tongue went through. I need those.
Mm-hmm.
So this week I've been hitting up the Giratina altered raids because I was like, all right, I am busy at work, but I gotta gotta catch these. I don't want another thing to slide by. So I've been having fun doing those raids. I got one shiny so far, so that's good. You just gotta get that first one, right?
That is a good looking shiny. That is still very much on my radar. I'm trying to get that shiny.
And
and then just as much candy as I can get.
You have the nicknames for the Giratina. This is what
legs
I've heard.
And no legs.
Okay, so Ken, who was also on Survivor, he is legit probably the best PvP player in the world.
He's good.
He was on season 17 of Survivor, but they call him Spaghetti Wings and I think Batman or something.
Like, wait, which one's Batman?
Like the
altered form with the legs?
Yeah. That's like the Bat Wings or something.
Because the other one, I guess Spaghetti's kind of like origin form has like the noodles and stuff going on.
Like spaghetti noodles. And then
Spaghetti and Batman.
Yeah, so it's my first shiny Batman. Or no, wait. Fat Tina also.
Fat Tina's good. God, Tina.
My first shiny Fat Tina.
It kind of looks like a llama too. Like it has that kind of like body structure of a llama. Never thought about that until just now.
Good.
Thanks, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
this is the kind of stuff you come to Pokemon Go Radio for. The Napoleon Dynamite Giratina crossover. We love it here. We're going to get into the actual serious stuff, but I've got to have just one more moment of indulgent and stupidity when I read you the meme of the week.
Wait, we got an important announcement to make.
What's that?
Gracie joined the director's team.
Oh, yes, duh! I almost forgot, yeah.
I'll do it.
Gracie.
No, you be quiet. I'm doing it.
Fine.
So we do want to say, match out to Gracie, friend of the podcast, been a co-host before. She has joined the director's team. She's going to be doing a lot of art direction for us. Number one, because we're going to really fire up more merchandise stuff, but then also is going to be helping me out with some YouTube graphics and just in general spicing up our life with some cool art that she custom designs.
She already put some really cool
on the team.
Really cool emojis in Discord. There's like she hand did a from scratch like Galarian wheezing and stuff like that. It's quite
with
nice.
A monocle.
Of course, it's got a monocle. It's so fancy. I love that. The meme of the week comes from Ray, and it's a Snivy talking to a Togepi. The little Snivy says, "I can't wait till I grow up big and strong." And Togepi says, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to evolve." And then it's a Seviper talking to a Togekiss. It's like, "Where did her arms go?" Yep, good times. Just
what?
The stronger they get, the arms they lose. They are armless now as they evolve. And I've always felt bad for them.
Yeah, I don't get it.
How do they eat?
Until I seen the meme, I was like, wow, they don't have arms.
Neither
Yet
one
they
of them.
used
Can you imagine if you grew up and you lost your arms? You'd be so pissed.
It's like reverse tadpole and frog, I guess.
Yeah. They just suck them in. It's like it's beyond Tyrannosaurus bad. It's not good at all. Okay, now that we're done screwing around, let us get into... We'll come back to a hotter than Heatran take in just a little bit, but let's get into the big news of the week in terms of PvE, and that is the Halloween stuff that's going on, the Halloween mischief. We have a lot of stuff popping off with this one. So let's just get over the bonuses real quick, and then we can kind of just talk about how excited we are about them. We have, just off the top, double catch candy, double hatch candy, double transfer candy. It's Halloween. You get a lot of candy. Also, really excited to see guaranteed Candy XL from Buddy Walking. In terms of PvP relevance, I don't really know how good that's going to be because what are you really hunting for, guys, right now in terms of XL candy? For me, it's like a lot of legendary stuff, and I'm not walking 20 kilometers to get one XL candy.
So, yeah, so XL...
for Sableye, too.
Yes.
That's true.
Sableye XL. So, great... XL is frustrating in a lot of ways. First off, you should be guaranteed a candy every time you walk.
Yes.
I have found that you get one almost every time if your Pokemon is already powered up to level 40. So just to build, like I need a Lickitung for Great League really bad. But just to even start building one, you got to go all the way up to level 40, which is like, 150, 200,000 dust or something.
It's so much.
So, great, Ultra League especially is just totally full of XLs, so it is a good time. I would say if there's an XL you want to build, and there's so many great ones, take advantage of this walking right now. Like, I'm gonna walk Lickitung, even though I don't have the right one I want to build yet, and then I'm gonna check what else I need. But for Great League, Medicham and Sableye are the two main ones, and Lickitung XL. And Ultra League is just everything. Like Jellicent is so good.
Yeah. That's just always, all of them are just so expensive. Like, I like that XL Candy has allowed more Pokemon to get up there, which is cool, but there's so many good things where I'm like, well, I'll just never have enough XL Candy. So it's like, you got to kind of like pick one, or I don't know, just go super hard when there's an event on. It's a little bit frustrating just because I feel boxed out from most of these cool Pokemon. Like, I see someone use the Jaleficent against me, and I'm like, well, that's unobtainable for me. I don't even know how I would go about making that happen.
And
Also,
there's
with nerfs and buffs, can you imagine building that XL Nick and then having Lickitung get nerfed? It would be
oh,
devastating.
it would be so
devastating.
frustrating. Especially because it is like super OP. And that's why I was wanting
Yeah.
to raid for it, and I didn't get one. But there's so many Ultra League XLs that are OP too. I mean, you almost have to have them, like Nidoqueen, Jellicent. I mean, people even have the Coffin already. It just got the new move, and some people had XL Cofigurus already, and I'm like, come on,
How?
really? I don't know
Yeah.
how
That's-
exactly how.
That's sus.
Sus.
I'm like, what'd you do here?
Yeah.
What's going on here? This is some Niantic employees just rolling around the GBL being like, boop, 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 50 million XL candy, 296, whatever, let's go. You're like, I don't trust this. If you are salty and you want to well, I guess we could talk about the creepypasta for this. If you play like me with your volume off, you probably haven't noticed, but now the Halloween event has started, there's remixed Lavender Town music in the game. Nick, do you know the weird internet early day rumor about the Lavender Town music?
So not the music specifically, but this is the town where the Cubone died, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. The sad place. But there's like this old, like, for you kids back when the internet, like pre-social media stuff, you had to go on like, I don't know, chat sites or whatever. There was this weird rumor that flew around the internet in like the 90s that it was like, parents beware, if your kid listens to the Lavender Town music, they'll kill themselves.
Oh.
This was like a real thing where, like, probably all completely made up, but it's like, people were found in rooms where they had done that and like the music is playing. So it became this real like little subculture panic where it's like this music is the tone of it causes you to do, bad things. And it was this just absolute silliness. But I'll always enjoy the Lavender Town music for just the fact that it caused people to have a bit of a panic.
Oh, you can't beat 90s rumors. It's like, play this record backwards and it's
Yes.
devil music or something.
God,
The Mew in the
people-
truck. I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Salt. How many hours did we waste looking for that Mew under that damn truck?
Oh my god. So you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and then you do this, and then you beat the Elite Four 50 times, and then you fly to the truck, and you're like, ah.
Never.
It didn't work, by the way.
Like, better to do it again just to make sure.
Yeah, better do it twice.
It's kind of unfair
Wow.
how many games we played before the internet existed. I remember I went through so many caves. I chose Charmander as starter. I went through so many caves totally blind. I did not know the HM that would light up the area. It took me hours and hours. It took me like 2 weeks to get through my first cave.
No.
I was like, this game is really freaking hard.
You're like, they're really trying something here. Just running into walls over and over again, making maps like in the Legend. Oh, that's pretty brutal. What else do we have? So we have costumes. How do you guys feel about the costumes? We got Pikachu, Piplup, and Drifloon with little hats. They can all potentially also be shiny. There's
I like
a grind
them.
there
I
for
think
that.
it's fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
they
a
can
cool
be
little
shiny?
collectible.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like costumes. I'm a bit of a sucker for hats sometimes. Even though you
Yeah.
catch like 100 and end up keeping one or two, I still like trying to find that best one or the shiny one. Nothing beats
It's a
getting
cool-
a shiny.
It's really cool, like, to do the flex like years later, where you just do a PvP thing. And you're like, oh, this has got a hat, and that's kind of fun. You don't expect it. You see somebody busting it out, and you're like, oh, that's neat. It's really, after they open it up beyond Pikachu, I've really grown to love the costume Pokemon.
And I like the ones they chose. It's Piplup and Pikachu and who else?
Drifloon.
Drifloon.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good one. But
That's fun. It's got
I'm
like a
also
little top hat thing.
kind of relieved it's not Eevee because I'm still working on getting like every evolution with a, was it a bow or what, or the Easter
The flower
flag or
crown?
whatever. Yeah, flower crown.
Oh.
So I'm glad it's not Eevee, but I do like the costumes.
You just break your heart with that. And then something I normally don't get hyped about are we hardly ever talk about avatar items. But if you guys haven't seen the Hoopa headband and the Pikachu pumpkin head,
It's
this is pretty
crazy.
great.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
Pretty
have,
great
Get 'em
stuff.
in the buddy list.
I'll have to check
They're
those
pretty
out.
cool.
Are they? I guess
The-
they're hats.
Goofy looking.
The Hoopa thing is like almost like headphones, like earmuffs. For people that I guess live in places where your ears could possibly get cold. They don't have that in Texas. But it's like got the Hoopa horns, so it looks really cool. And then Pikachu Pumpkinhead is just straight up a jack-o'-lantern, a big dumb jack-o'-lantern on your head that looks like Pikachu. It's hilarious.
I
It
can
is
get behind that.
obnoxious.
I'm known to buy some of the fashion store items, so
They're kind of fun.
yeah.
Especially when they take it weird like this, that makes it fun. Speaking of buying things, we have some deals in the boxes. You got the Creepy Crate, the Boo Bundle, and the Pumpkin Pack. Just real quick, the Creepy Crate's kind of like a lot of Pokeballs and not probably worth buying. The Boo Bundle is a pretty good deal if you want raid passes, not remote raid passes. Do not get fooled on the boo bundle. And then the, I guess, Ultra Box or the Pumpkin Pack is really good if you want incubators. So check those out if you're hard up on it.
I may do incubators because today I somehow just randomly have like 8 purple eggs.
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know how. I wasn't trying. And but if you slap a star piece on there when you hatch all those at the same time, that's some good juicy
Feels-
dust.
I really like that because then even if you hatch nothing, you're still like, well, I just got 20,000 extra dust. Like, that feels good.
Yeah, it can add up.
Then we have, okay, so the actual event itself, beyond all those bonuses are here for the whole of October.
And
but
I gotta say, like, I love the candy bonuses. It's some of my favorite
Yes.
bonuses. So like you
Yes.
said, it's Halloween, you get candy. I love that. That gets me way more hyped than just like XP or extra dust. So yeah, I'm glad to see this. I'll probably be grinding again pretty hard.
it takes me back to the original Halloween event where they're just like quadruple candy and they just got
No.
dumb with it.
That was before my time. Wow, that happened.
Yeah.
It was the
It was
first
the
event.
first event. Nobody knew it was happening. It just started. And everybody's like, what is going on?
So like, this can happen? We didn't have any concept of it. We're like, oh my God.
It was
And
bananas.
it was turned up to 11. It was quadruple everything.
You
And it
have
was
to
dumb.
Pineapp. I hope you've saved your Pineapps. Pineapp,
Yes.
especially how we
Oh,
were
yeah.
discussing. XL is too hard to come by. You can transfer 100 to 1 XL, and that's a busted ratio. Like, it should be less.
Yeah.
But if you pine up in these events, it can add up, and you can
Well,
do
especially for a Pokemon like Sableye,
Mhm.
you could reasonably get a couple of XL candy, even without going super hard. With Pineapple Berries, you could get 200 Sableye candy, and that's not nothing.
Yeah.
And,
for
you know,
sure.
for me, I've got like 400 Pineapple Berries, so what am I saving them for? You know, if not for this.
Same.
I really like the fact that there's double transfer candy because I constantly forget on those spotlight hours to transfer and clean out my bag in like this super tight little window. Now I've got 2 weeks, clean them out, right? This is the perfect time. Transfer your legendaries, transfer everything. You're going to get double
I just went
candy.
through and did a big tag right before all this, so I'm about to lose like 100 spots out of my bag.
Yeah, feels good. I
I'm
like
excited.
that. I like that a lot. So the actual event itself is broken up into 2 phases. We've got the first event, which is called Part 1. What is it? What is the
Creepy
actual name
Companions.
of it? Oh, yeah. My notes are... There they are. Creepy Companions is going to last from October 15th to 22nd, so that's this Friday. It's going to end. And it's really all about Galarian Slowking. We kind of knew this from the teaser. You can now evolve. If you're listening to this podcast, you can right now go and evolve your Galarian Slowpoke, and you can evolve it. Just make the Galarian Slowking... Damn, I'm just going to screw that up a lot. The Galarian Slowpoke, make it your buddy, catch 30 Psychic Pokemon, boom, you got your Galarian Slowking. It's a pretty cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah. Any really unique type and just odd.
It's
Question:
super odd.
Can those mega the Galarian Slowpokes?
I don't
think so,
know.
no.
Okay.
I don't think the Alolan's mega.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I can find out real quick.
Oh, go pull up like a Houndoom or... Oh, no, they don't have it. Go pull up... what has a Mega Alolan form?
I don't know, actually, other than that.
Go look
'Cause
at the
I know
Megalith for Reverse
Mega
Engineer.
Slowbro came out pretty recently, and
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Not even, I don't think, like a month ago. Kind of preparing, I guess, for this. It's a cool Mega, too. It's like stuck in its shell. It's pretty great. I like that one a lot. So that's happening. Also, Shiny Spinarak is being introduced. Nick, tell me if any of these Pokemon, in terms of wild spawns, kick up your PvP interest. Zubat, Ghastly, Drowsy, Spinarak, Mischievous, Shuppet, Woobat, Yamask, Gothita, and Stunky. Anything on there you're like, I need to grind for that?
Stuntank is good. It's getting a lot better, especially if you have the XL for Ultra League. There's definitely a spot for it, and the remix cups and those sort of things. Golbat is surprisingly getting very good. Basically,
Love Golbat.
they buffed poison moves, and so Golbat and Stunky are definitely worth looking for. A Hypno is good, but I recommend Shadow Hypno. So if you need the candy or yeah, I mean, you can do regular Hypno if you have to. The Yamask, the candy's good, but I think you want the purple one to get Cofigurus. So that doesn't really help. But honestly, I feel like the purple Yamask is so rare that you can just use whichever one you have. Because, like, ideally, there's PvP IVs, right?
So
that you
there's
shoot for.
regular Yamask evolves into Cofagrigus,
yeah.
and then Galarian, the purple one, evolves into Runegrigus.
Okay.
Yeah, the real
So the
weird,
one
like,
spawning right now is the one you want, right?
Yeah, the
I
one
think
that
so,
evolves into the big sarcophagus looking thing with the
Okay.
hands. That's the
Then
one.
definitely get that one.
I liked Golbat even before they buffed Poison Fang. I just always loved just smacking people with a Shadow Ball because they don't expect it, and that's just great neutral damage from a Golbat. After they bust Poison Fang, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And Poison Jab, but I do Wing Attack, Shadow Ball, and Poison Fang on there, and it does some damage.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that Pokemon a lot.
Golbat's great, shadow or non-shadow. Honestly, non-shadow gives it a little more bulk, so it might be even better. But knowing that that's the right Cofigris, then that is the number one for PvP right now, I would say.
Yeah.
Out of
Well, you can
that
also
list.
pick them up in Tier 1 raids. So in a Tier 1 right now, you can go get Murkrow. You mask the regular form that you want. Esper, Scraggy, and Galarian Slowpoke. So if you missed out on Galarian Slowpoke before, you can go scoop them up in a raid right now.
Scraggy too, though. I know that's
Yeah.
that's definitely something worth picking up for that.
It's getting a little love in the Halloween Cup.
Very good PvP. It's super strong in Ultra League, but you needed all 296 candy to get it up to level 50. So
I'm not even
So
going to try
much.
for that one.
That's a theme for this episode. It's like, can we just get it down to 50? Just 50 would be just.
If it took like half that amount, like 296 to go all the way to 50 for some of these Pokemon, I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I remember like whenever it first became a thing and I'm like trying to get Bunnelby candy, I'm like, I'm going to be dedicated. I'm going to catch every Bunnelby I see. And then after like 2 weeks, I had like 10 candy. And I'm like, what the hell? And that's kind of a demoralizing ratio.
and it's been
But
almost a year, and I'm still like, all right, if I can hatch just a couple more Volibee, I'll finally be ready to build an XL Mandibuzz. You know, and it's like,
Yeah.
and I hatched quite a bit of red eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, especially for the hatches, like the rocket stuff, that's especially brutal because you have no control. Like, at least when I see a Bunnelby, it's kind of exciting because I'm like, oh yeah, progress. But otherwise, it's just rolling the dice for a Mandibuzz because you're just like, oh well, maybe I'll hatch a Volbeat, maybe I won't, right? All you can do is kind of try to prioritize doing the rockets. Like, that's the only control you have over that.
And the other thing, and I was probably going to talk about this later anyways, but because it is so expensive to build something, I won't build it until like I have the perfect one. So like Mandibuzz, I want the hundo. Because I know as soon as I build a 96, a 15, 14, 14 or whatever, next hatch, boom, hundo.
There's the
You're just
pink
gonna-
stars,
it's
and
gonna
you're
be
just like,
uh,
yeah, that
It's the
sucks.
same way I felt with Dialga back in the day. I had a 98% one, and I just never wanted to power it up because I was like, no, I'm going to get a hundo, and I'm going to feel terrible about this.
I will say it does equally when you, like, I did get 100% Dialga, and now I just, like, every time I get a stupid quest, it's like, oh, to do the special research, you have to power up Pokemon. I'm like, well, Dialga, I don't care. That's the perfect one to invest in because one day it'll be worth it. Same thing with the 100% Garchomp that I've got. That's not maybe as relevant for Master League, but still can power that all the way up and feel good about it. In Tier 3, you got Bayonet, Alolan Raichu, Drifloon with the hat, and Sableye. We kind of talked about Sableye being a star. Good opportunity to go get you some XL candy right there, right? So Tier 3 is looking better than usual, actually.
Yeah, I think there's some in here. So you got some PvP, you've got some collectible stuff. It's fine.
Can Drifloon be shiny? Because
I think
hat,
so.
yeah.
I hope
Yes,
that does
because
not
the wild spawn can be.
I hope
I
that
want
doesn't
that.
trap me, but I definitely need a decent one with that hat. I mean, that's pretty cool. But Drifblim is
Yeah.
also a really good Ultra League Pokemon too, which you need XL for. So that's at the very least a guaranteed XL.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. And I flex in the Great League with my shiny Drifloon all the time, and I really love it a lot. And then obviously Tier 5 is Giratina. Everyone loves Giratina. And then right now I think Mega is Gengar. You got that popping off too. So pretty good all around.
Yeah, Mega
Yeah, I
Gengar
like
is
the raids.
one of the fun ones.
It's a sick looking
I haven't done a
Pokemon.
whole lot of Mega Raids, but I have a few favorites, and it is definitely one of them. I'm always down for a Mega Gengar.
Mega Gengar. Yeah, it's just, especially the shiny, is just dumb how cool it looks.
I don't know why, but like Gengar, Houndoom, and what else? Like, I did a lot
I
of
really
Obama
like-
Snows for some reason.
I want Mega
Sticking to
Sableye just
The
because it's so
gothic
dumb.
Pokemon. Oh yeah,
Big old
Here's
shit.
giant-
Mhm.
The eggs are kind of meh to me. So the 7K eggs are going to be Spinarak, Mischievous, Shuppet, Litwick, Chingling, Galarian Yamask, and Gullet. Those are like fitty at best, right? Like if I hatch a
Yeah.
Spinarak out of a
Litwick-
7K egg, I'm going to be pretty pissed.
Can I
I will
please
say-
stop hatching Chinglings? It's all I've been getting for like 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Really?
The
that's
5Ks,
gonna
I
suck.
guess maybe. I don't know.
What do I do with this? Yeah, I don't want it.
Well, now they're in 7Ks, Nick, so you can hatch them for 2 more kilometers.
I
Hooray!
did today. I did. I hatched one. I was like, what? They're in this now?
They're just infecting your other eggs. I kind of was like, I'm sure somebody out there needs a Chingling, but that's definitely a booby prize for me. One caution, if you do see the 7K egg Litwick and you're kind of like excited, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some of that. Do note that at the second part of this Halloween event, that Lampert are actually going to be in raids. That's probably a much more efficient way to actually get that candy. You throw that pineapple on there, double candy for an evolved form. Let's go. Stack that candy up.
So
it's like 20 a pop that way.
I would say, seeing this list, the only reason to hatch 7K eggs if you're hunting gullet. Other than that,
Yeah.
I would stay away.
It's a cool
Speaking
Pokemon.
of
I like
candy
Gullet. But
train. Oh my god, so much.
it's also Gullet and Galarian Yamask in like the more uncommon tier. So you're even less likely to catch those. So this is probably a trap 7K egg pool. But overall, that's the first half. We've got that for Friday. I think it's a pretty good first half. I kind of like the fact that there's some new Pokemon in here. That's cool. The overall wild spawns have a lot of PvP relevance, which is always a joy. But I think they're saving the best for last because part 2, aka Ghoulish Pals, is going to do the 22nd to the 31st. We have 2 brand new Pokemon. We have, we talked about this actually last week. Phantump is going to be there. That's the spooky tree guy. And then also, surprising, Pumpkaboo is going to roll out, which is the cool pumpkin Pokemon. Both Gen 5 favorites, I think.
Okay, I'm a big Pumpkaboo fan, so that's exciting. Ghost and Grass, am I right?
Yeah,
Yep.
both of them.
Awesome.
Random. That there's
Awesome.
2 in one gen. That's like,
Well, as
Ghost
we
Grass.
mentioned,
But here we are.
the jellyfish terror, Jellicent, is just wrecking everything. So I will have to. This is the first I'm seeing what's new in the Halloween event. I'll have to look into Pumpkaboo. Hopefully, it's going to be relevant PvP wise.
So
It might not be
Razor
but-
Leaf. Which
Oh,
I
wow,
was like,
okay.
All right. I was like,
Does it
all
have
right,
Razor
all right.
Leaf?
It does. It has Razor Leaf. I want to say
Ooh.
Hex, and then the it has Pumpkaboo. Or sorry, Gorgeist has 4 different charge moves, and I can't remember what they are, but I think I want to say one of them is Flamethrower. There's some weird coverage in there. This is from Pokeminers I saw, and yeah, it looked. I don't know what the stats are going to stack up like, but the move spread was pretty interesting.
See if it's on
I like that.
PvPoke yet.
That'd be
Yeah,
really
I'll
interesting.
check,
The other
Poke
kind of like random interesting thing about Pumpkaboo is there's actually going to be a little unique flavor with Pumpkaboo. If you guys remember from the original Gen 5 games, they're actually different forms. They're just different sized pumpkins. Pumpkins are kind of like this famous produce. If you're not from the United States, we grow them to obnoxiously large sizes and take them to county fairs. Don't you judge us. That's just what we do to have fun here. That's agriculture. That's a good thing. And then we
I was
probably
at
like
a
shoot them
farm.
with shoot them with ARs or whatever. But it is what it is. We do 4 different sizes for Pumpkaboo, and they actually, for the first time ever, the models in Pokemon Go are gonna be different sizes. So if you look at 2 of them in the wild, one of them is small, one of them is big. So that's really fun.
You got to go with the super size, right?
Oh,
Like you
that's
want the super size.
must catch it. I will not be satisfied until I catch it. The small and average size will be common encounters. You can go just catch them in the wild. But the large and super size are going to be uncommon. So you'll probably get a chance to see a few of the super size one. I'm really hoping they're dramatic. Like I want to see a Snorlax-sized Pumpkaboo on my map.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Is the only difference the appearance? Is there stat differences or?
Yeah, it's just appearance.
Oh, okay, even better.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like.
funny though because here's the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sometimes I like legit differences, and then sometimes I love it just looks different.
Especially for
The,
this, because if you have to get the right stats 4 different times, like let's say maybe we're right and Pumpkaboo is legit, like in a Jaleficent kind of way, then you're like, I have to get this one, and it's got to be these particular steps. So it basically cuts your odds of getting those PvP stats in a quarter. That'd be brutal.
Here's something I think is funny that I think that Niantic is gonna mess up programming wise. You know how like you go in and you appraise your Pokemon and it'll tell you like, oh, this one's extra large or extra small or whatever. I bet you're gonna be able to get a super sized one. And it's gonna be like this. It's extra small. And you're
Maybe.
like, what?
But maybe for the large ones, it's small. Galaxy
Yeah,
Brain
cool.
stuff right there.
Yeah.
Probably not. You're probably right. Actually, how do you even do that anymore?
You just
It
look
doesn't.
in there and
Does it tell
you
you?
just look. Yeah.
I
Just
completely
check
forgot.
the Pokemon.
God, I just am like taken back to the old way of assessing where you had to like read through the text and oh god, those were the dark times. Put the stats, put the appraisal stats on the page, Niantic. Please just do that so I don't have to click that button. You would make me the happiest boy. That's my hashtag big little ask. If I don't have to appraise Pokemon, I could just see the stats with my eyeballs. Good God, that would save hours and hours of my life. But I
Also,
digress.
we have to click the button like twice.
See?
I know. Why do you
see
do
it
that?
says extra large?
Yeah. I remember.
There you go.
You have to like click it. So that's why I only like to appraise with the scrolling, So I just load in that screen and just like, if we're appraising like 50 of them. Let's go. Because otherwise you're just like, t. It makes transferring no fun. What do you guys think about Trump, though, that evolves into, I think, Tree Revenant is how you say its name? The big spooky tree thing. It looks so cool. I love that
Yeah.
Pokemon.
These are awesome. I've always loved these Pokemon. I think that they are a slam dunk for Halloween. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of surprised we got both of them.
Yeah, me too.
I thought we would maybe get one or the other. The fact that they're letting them both out, I think, is going to generate a lot of interest in this event.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not saving them for Halloween, what are you saving them for?
And I would say if you love these, and I like them as well. Go ham for them, because they might not, they might just be here for this event and then go away. Because I can't remember what it was, but it was like everywhere for a month, and then I kind of took it for granted, and now I'm like, oh, I wish I had that thing,
Yeah. That's kind of how Litwit was the first, I think, Halloween that it rolled out, where it was just like, oh, and it's gone. And then now we're just kind of getting back to where you can consistently catch them. In raids, Tier 1, Yamask, Murkrow, Galarian Yamask, Phantump, and average-sized Pumpkaboo, so you can go get those. In addition to being common spawns, if you want to raid for them, you can go do that. Nothing too exciting there, nothing really to worth stop for. But in Tier 3, you have Alolan Marowak, Bennett, Drifloon with a hat, and Lampert. We already said Lampert for candy purposes.
Lampent.
Lampet. No, it's French, Salt. The T is silent. You didn't know that.
Lampin.
It's
Then
Kalos
it's not-
region. This is
It
France.
changes to an R when you say it.
Mm-hmm. Like a JFK. You like Cuber.
Uber.
Lampert. That's how it works. And then Alolan Marowak. Praise be to the Metawak. I love you forever. It's great. Great Pokemon. If you haven't got one somehow, go catch it.
Are you guys gonna go hard for Darkrai? It's shiny again. I'm not really that fired up about it, to be honest.
I want the
I'm
shiny.
like,
But I
don't
don't want as
think
much
I
as
have one.
Giratina.
I have a
Yeah, I've
98
got
and I
one.
have a shiny, so I don't know.
So
Now you
it's
need
like,
100 shiny.
I do need a hundo or shundo, yeah. But
Pinnacle.
I mean, it's not that great in Master League.
Nah.
It was okay, and then they come out with Yveltal, which is the much better dark Pokemon. So
And it looks sick. Those are actually both really cool looking Pokemon, but Yveltal is like a big demon bird, and it's kind of hard to top that with how cool it looks. In also brand new fashion, we have Mega Absol coming to the game for the first time. This is the first appearance of it. Really cool looking Pokemon. Kind of looks like an evolved Absol, just like a little bit more like, I don't know, fins?
like plussed up. Just
Like
plussed up.
fins coming off, like the creepy face. I like it. I think it's cool. I don't know if it's particularly good PvE for anything, but it's, people love Absol, so I wonder what Mega
stoked
Shiny one
because,
looks like.
I was super excited to get my first hundo Mega. And so I finally hatched a Hundo Absol, and I was like so
nice.
pumped. I was like,
Nice.
so yes, this should be a Mega someday.
Yeah.
But then on Oshawott Day, I caught a Shundo Houndoom in the wild.
Ooh.
Oh,
So-
sick.
Yeah. So now that's gonna be my first Hundo Mega.
Blue Dog, let's go.
You're like the guy looking at the other girl meme with Oshawott, but you got a shiny Houndoom.
It was
Yeah,
the
like-
strangest thing. I had the worst luck. I only got one shiny Oshawott the whole day. I've never
What?
had that bad.
Whoa.
I swear, the whole community.
That's
And I
terrible.
played like at least 3 hours. Only one shiny.
Damn.
I probably caught, a
Couple hundred probably.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
200 at least. One shiny,
Ooh.
and I was so pissed when it was over. I was like, "What a freaking waste!" I see
And
a
it's
wild.
also like the disrespect of it being Oshawott. You're like, I don't even want you.
yeah, I don't even want many shinies, but like at least 3, at least the family.
Yeah.
And I was like on my way home pissed, and I see a Houndoom. I'm like, whatever. At least I can get a Houndoom, and it's freaking shiny, and then it's Hundo. So that made my
Community day saved.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
big time.
That is clutch. In the eggs, these eggs are maybe a little bit better than the first part event. You got Litwick, Phantom, Galarian Yamask, Golett, and like some other random trash in there mixed in. I probably would be more likely to do the 7K eggs in part 2, but still not something I'm going to particularly try for.
Well, it depends on what others is, right?
No, it's just like random junk. It's not good. I just wrote others. I didn't even write them down. That's how uninteresting they were.
Yeah.
They were announced. I was just like, nah, I'm not typing that.
I don't trust 7K eggs, man. Not in a situation like this. I think
Been burned too many times.
too many times.
They hooked me so hard when the like Galarian Stunfisk and Farfetch'd and stuff were shiny. So I hatched so many, but I got a lot of good hatches. Like I got the shinies I was looking for. Still no Hundo Galarian Stunfisk for Ultra League, but that's okay. I'll just be patient and wait. I have a lucky 15, 15, 14, and I really might pull the trigger.
You should pull the trigger.
I think so.
Is good enough.
That's pretty good.
That's not going to be. Good. That's not going to be doing anything different.
And it's cheaper.
I like that. And the lucky thing is real nice with the dust you'll save there. The last thing we have for all of the Halloween event before we kind of give our closing, I guess, grades to this event, we do have a raid weekend. We have not had one of those in a minute on October 30th and 31st, so Halloween weekend from 10 a.m. Saturday to 8 p.m. Sunday. We're having basically a whole raid fiesta for the tier 5 stuff. So your Darkrai and your Mega Absol are going to be popping off pretty much all the time. So if you want to organize a group to go do some in-persons, or you want to be on a Discord or a Facebook group to catch them remote raids, that would be the time to do it there on the Halloween weekend. Pretty cool. I like that.
I kind of wish it was Legs Giratina, though, don't you? Instead of
I
Darkrai?
do. I really do. Because I've only got one more... I didn't get to do last Wednesday Giratina. I need to do it this Wednesday, and that's your last like concentrated Giratina time. So I wish even maybe there's a chance. Maybe they see kind of like slightly depressed Darkrai numbers, and they throw Giratina in there as a third for the weekend. I would like that though. Niantic, if you're listening, and sometimes you do, throw Giratina in there. We want that. You'll make more money. I will personally give you more money. I'll hit up 10 Giratina raids in that time period. That'll be worth it.
Well, Nar said he's going to give us an extra 10 or so. Let's do
$10. That ain't nothing. Alexander Hamilton is on that money.
They can make money from us if they want it. They really can.
Yeah. Take it. Take my money.
Like those
I'll give it to you in the form of Giratina raid passes.
Yeah, those awesome 7K eggs I was just talking about with the shiny Stunfisk and Surfetch. They got my money. They did.
Don't do it. Don't tell them that, Nick.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want to spin that egg lottery no more.
That's true.
Feels bad. What do you guys think of this event overall as a package? It's long, it's elaborate, it's in 2 parts. How do we feel about it?
My favorite thing is, number 1, new Pokemon that are awesome, and then 2, underlying good rewards that don't change and are easy to understand. Like, we don't have to unlock this. I don't have to do, like, 69 different problem sets. It's like, there's double stuff. And there's going to be new Pokemon that you like. Shaq, let's do it. I love it.
I love it. I haven't been able to play much in the last 3 weeks or so, and I mean, I will be getting out for this easy. Like, this is an A+ event in my opinion. There's good Pokemon. There's cool new Pokemon. There's just like fun Pokemon. Then there's PvP relevant Pokemon, and then the fact that it will be easier to get XL Candy for this 2-week period. If you're serious about Ultra League, like this is a good chance to take advantage of that.
I think you hit it there, Nick. There's something for everybody with this event, right? You want a shiny grind? Go get yourself a shiny Drifloon with the hat. You can do that, right? You can grind your face off looking for that. There's raid weekends for the raid boys. There's just all kinds of PvP Pokemon. There's new Pokemon for Dex. People got to catch them all. Like, they've basically taken every part of this event and made it at least a highlight for different types of players, right? I mean, unless you're getting like super niche like AR photography mode, there's pretty much every player.
Though.
Well, yeah, I mean,
are you telling me you don't want a Halloween set on somebody's porch with a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns and a Punkaboo right there?
I do want
that.
Come
on. I want that now.
I want that right now.
I'm excited to see what the raid weekend's going to be and what special moves they'll have. Like you mentioned, Alola Marowak, amazing. It had the raid weekend where it got Shadow Bone, which has been critical. A really good move. And so if they can give like Drifloon with a hat, like a super sick, even better PvP move, I mean, can you just imagine?
They'd break Drifloon if they did that. I think honestly, it's a pretty good Pokemon, and it's tanky. So if they gave it an ultimate attack, that could be dangerous.
Maybe just give it Shadow Bone, which is, I mean, Shadow Ball and Shadow Bone are different, but they're just I like Shadow Bone better, but other people like Shadow Ball better. So.
Well, it'd be interesting with Drifloon too, because then you'd have Icy Wind, so you really wouldn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
Because you'd have those small bar charge moves, and then you could just get spammy with your balloon. I like that. That'd be fun.
There's
I don't know.
No way they're gonna give Drifloon Shadow Bone.
Like, here's why, because you know how.
Oh yeah, I don't have a bone.
No, Salt. No. Canonically, it makes sense, Salt, because you know how the Underform steals children. That's just the bones of the children it steals.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so it totally makes sense that Pokemon is a nightmare. Don't
Sometimes
let
I
it in your house.
forget that like these Pokemon have to have the move in the game.
They don't have to.
Yeah, they
What are we
don't.
playing here? Give it to us, Niantic. Give us the bone. We want it. Yeah, A+ event for me overall. Really excited about this Halloween. We'll skip quickly to the Powered Up Pokestop stuff. If you guys saw on Wednesday, there was an announcement of all kinds of new stuff.
Okay.
Basically,
I'm going to get some bourbon before
you
we
go get
start.
some bourbon.
Yeah, me too.
Because we got some PvP stuff. Oh, okay. Everybody, now you go. Because I'm gonna get bourbon
We'll
when
take
you
a
come
break.
back. No, you just go ahead. I'll keep talking. We got the what do we got here for the new stuff? So this is kind of boring stuff. So this is probably a good time if you need to use the bathroom. Though I guess you're listening to this podcast, so it doesn't make sense. Oh, now I'm thinking about that. I'm gonna stop. I really want to talk about the Powered Up Pokestop stuff that was announced in this. Like, in addition to all the hey, here's some stuff for some new trainers. I think that's actually great. Just to quickly stop on that. The idea that there's going to be, more trainer tips, that's great. The idea there's going to be special research for new trainers, that's great. Skipping egg hatches was just kind of thrown in there as like a quality of life improvement. Yes, please. I love that. That's all great. I really think that's neat. But the little hint about Powered Up Pokestops, and then on Thursday they went ahead and announced what it was. I think that's really interesting how they did it and what they did it with. It is potentially going to be a game changer. Okay, quick bourbon break. Let's do a little roll call. What do you guys got?
Oh,
got some
I stuck
Michter's.
with Miller Lite.
Oh, okay.
Salt
It's a beer
doesn't
night.
know this. Salt doesn't know about my bourbon-infused GBL tank last night. So I'm
That's
on
true.
beer
You
tonight.
might as well get that confession out of your system, Nick.
I
Tell us what
was-
you did last night.
I was watching the Giants-Dodgers Game 5, great game. So I had a glass of bourbon with it. Great game, so I watched all 9 innings, so I had a second glass. Then my wife
That'll
was
do
already
it.
in bed. I'm just feeling myself on the recliner, have a third glass of bourbon. By the end of that glass, I think it's a great idea to play PvP right now. It was not a great idea to play PvP. So I did really bad. I was like cussing at my phone. I had dropped 100 ELO. My dog even, like, he sleeps on my lap on the recliner every day. He even got up, moved to the couch.
Wow, your
Couple
dog abandoned you.
couple battles later, he gets off the couch, gets on the floor. A set or two later, by the end of the third set, he was in my bedroom under my bed. he was like this crazy human is
Sitting
like
there
flipping off his own
Getting
phone.
mad. You're like, whose fault is this? I can't understand why this is happening.
Nick, I can't understand. I mean, all you need for PvP is you need quick reaction time and the ability to recall a lot of information fast.
Yes.
I don't understand. Why would 3 glasses of bourbon make that so difficult?
It's more just like let's just roll with it and get them. It's like kind of it's just
Yeah, I don't
not
need to
the right
switch.
approach to PvP.
That's not gonna be a thunderbolt. This is gonna be a rock slide. You're not gonna fool
Yeah.
me.
Oh, he already thunderbolted me.
Shields are for cowards.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so
Oh,
funny you
that's
say
excellent.
that. Like an hour in, I was like, why do I keep losing with 2 shields?
No. Well, because shields are for cowards, Nick.
I did bad.
That's why we don't need them. That's pretty great.
I did
Oh,
bad,
well,
but it's
that's-
okay.
that's brutal.
I still got
That
time.
is,
I'll get there.
Little foreshadowing from my
recover.
mom that got away because there's a specific shield situation I deeply regret.
I
Uh,
really want
well-
to get Legend this season for the pose. So
I know.
I will say I would always tilt and mauled really bad at playing GBL, and that's one reason I can't stream it often. Because if I have like 2 bad sets, it wrecks me. I just get tilted.
I think that's kind of like one of the weird perils of streaming, though. Like, I see this with Pokemon, I see this with Magic the Gathering. Like, people are, I don't know why, but there's like a certain amount of people, they're probably the vocal minority, that like want to tell you to calm down, or it's just a game, bro, or don't take it so seriously. It's like, well, obviously I care. Like, I obviously care a lot about what happens. That's why I'm spending all this time getting good. That's why you're here watching me play. So maybe if you just want to see someone like fart in their phone, like, go do something else. But I'm gonna get stressed when I do something stupid or make a bad play.
if
Like,
I'm losing.
it's okay. It's okay.
Go Battle Night. It takes so bad. I lost like 500 points on Master League.
I actually
You were
was
there. I
watching that
remember you
night,
was
yep.
there. It was so bad.
No, Nick.
But
I was the guy being like, calm down, Nick.
no, but I did hit Legend on my own for the first time last season.
Sick.
So the pressure
Nice.
has like been off, and so now I think I can still get there
Well,
again. But
is it? Because I don't know if you're interested. Are you interested in making Legend this year this season to make the championship?
I'm not worried about the championship, but I really want the Leon pose. I love Leon. I love the pose. So I do want it for that reason. So like if I could just not tank, I can climb enough every day to get there. But like last night, I tanked over 100 points, and I'm at 2460 now. So
You'll get there.
yeah, I'll
Just
get
a
there.
900 more points to go. About
Yeah, but there's still
1,000.
a few weeks. So I'm hoping Halloween Cup is
Yeah.
my charm.
You're going to get it. Well, that's what we're here to talk about. But before we do that, and I'm glad we started drinking, because we have to talk about powered up Pokestops, which really quickly we'll just talk about how they work. The idea is pretty straightforward. It's kind of what we expected. You go up to a Pokestop, you hold it up with your phone, you scan it, you take that 3D model, very similar to Wayfair if you want to do one of those pictures, and that gives it a 10-point score. And for every scan is 10 points, right? So at 50, at 100, and at 250, the stop levels up. What does it level up to? Level 1, for 48 hours, it's going to give you bonus items. For level 2, it's going to last 60 hours. It's going to give you an extra buddy heart plus those bonus items. And for level 3, you get the first two things. It's going to last 72 hours, 3 days. If it's a gym, because you can power up gyms and stops this way, if it's a gym, it's going to give you more premier balls. And if it's a stop, it's going to give you more spawns. So we actually do know a little bit more about what the specific bonuses are. This is only being tested in New Zealand right now. The question I have for you guys is it worth it? Because Niantic is trying to turn us into their little AR scanning robots, which I'm cool with. It's just, I'm not sure these rewards are going to make me do this.
Yeah, I don't really care. You know, like I
More
mean, think about it.
spawn.
Like bonus items, I delete items all the time. More spawns is probably the best one. When's the last time you guys needed more premier balls? Like I'm rolling in with like 17 premier balls.
I can never have enough for raid bosses. I'll always be scarred by like the fact that my 100%, what'd you call it earlier? Spaghetti wings Giratina got away from like 16 great throws. I'll always remember that, and it'll hurt me forever. I did miss one throw, but still.
That really.
Still.
hurts.
Statistically impressive,
So,
though.
yeah, I mean, honestly, it was unlikely. Gold pineapple all the way, but 25 scans to make that happen?
Yeah.
How long would that even take?
Is it 25 total? Like 25 different people walk by?
So 25, you could do it over and over again. This is all, very much like secondhand stuff because you can probably tell based on our accents, we are not from New Zealand.
Eric.
Scott, let us know. Eric, here we go. Eric, pumpkin, Eric. That's dead on balls accurate if you've never been to New Zealand. You can do it over and over again from what I've seen, like from this one Reddit video of a person getting it up to level 5, but it's not a quick experience. Maybe there's like some sort of
Level 3.
Oh, sorry. Do it 5 times to get it to level 1. So it's kind of a weird system, but it's like 10 points at a time. So, I mean, you could call it points, you could call it scans. 5 scans to get it to level 1, 25 scans or 250 points to get it to level 3. That's going to be a time investment. And for how many balls? Like for 2 premier balls, I'm not going to stand around for 15 minutes and do a very repetitive task. No, thank you.
Yeah.
It also
I don't think
disappears.
It's gonna work out.
You know,
Yeah, all the way back down to 0
so it's
after
like
72 hours.
that seems like a lot. I don't like it when my effort disappears, and know as soon as you start something, you're on a timer. Like that just kind of makes me not want to do it. I got some schmutz.
What you eating over there?
A little gyoza. I've got the rest of my
Okay.
Korean food over there. I'm gonna house it as soon as this camera gets off. Boy, let me tell you.
I believe you.
Can we talk about PvP now?
Yes, we can finally talk about PvP. I'll just say TBD on this test. I hope. I think this might be like one of those like kind of free markety type solutions where hopefully the people of New Zealand kind of like the novelty wears off pretty quickly, and Niantic goes back to the drawing boards on these rewards because like I don't think they have to be the end all be all most rewarding thing, but the balance just from my initial never done it myself perspective seems off, right? So
It does.
that's my hot take on it. Let's talk about we have one more thing to talk about, which is Pokeminer. Pokeminer, they're great people. You can follow them at what's their Twitter handle? I want to make sure I get it right. Is it underscore or is it just Pokeminer at
I'll
Pokeminer?
find it.
Find out, Salt. They did some really great work. They unearthed a photobomb Shinx pose in the code. That doesn't necessarily mean Shinx Community Day for November confirmed, but it's the best lead we have to go on. There might be like
At
an electric event or something.
Poke_miners.
Okay. You like Shinx
Yeah,
for
that'd be-
Community Day?
That'd be lit for me, especially because Dew Skull I didn't even really partly play. Oshawa, like I said, I tried more than I should have and didn't even get any shinies. I think Shinx is a rare shiny and a rare hundo, so I think it would be good for that. It depends on what move it gets. It might not be good in PvP or anything, but at least it'll be a fun community day to get out there for. I'm
They
rooting
should
for
give
it.
it the dark type. Luxray needs to be dark type. Let's make it happen. Never gonna happen.
No.
Needs it though. I am one of the rare people that like this is maybe the first time I've ever had the super rare shiny, and then the community day comes around to wipe it out. So I'm a little bit like, please don't let it. I have the shiny Shinx, and I'm like, don't take this away from me.
That was
Eventually,
me
it's
with
always
the
gonna happen.
that was me with the Gibble Hundo. I'm like,
Yep.
you peasants don't deserve a Hundo. I got lucky in the raid, not you.
Yeah, exactly. I actually the same thing happened to me as well. From the Go Fest the year before, I
Same.
got 100%, and I'm like, I don't. Now everyone's gonna go. But then I thought, now I have the candidate powered up, so giveth and taketh. Let us now talk Salt. So we'll see. Maybe Shinx, maybe not for Community Day, November. Let's finally get to the Halloween Cup. So we got a ton of stuff to talk about. That's why Nick is on the show, to drop that PvP knowledge. The way we're going to talk about, we'll just go over the rules real quick, and then we are just going to do a laundry list of Pokemon. If we've got some spicy takes, start with the really good stuff maybe, kind of get to the other things. Maybe you got one of these laying around that you want to use. And then, some kind of off-the-wall weird stuff as well. But it'll be, I think, a pretty fun tournament because it's not like this. I love the Sylph stuff. We'll talk about the Lunar Cup next week. We'll have a video actually on the Lunar Cup on our YouTube channel here next week. But the fact that it's GBL and it's going to be just a lot more people participating is really exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Sorry, I was doing some.
Yeah, I'm
PvP
excited too.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell. I've been basically talking about PvP the whole episode here. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for Halloween
Like,
Cup.
come on, nerds, let's fight some Pokemon. The rules are simple. Cap is 1,500. You got a free-for-all, no bans, between Poison, Bug, Ghost, Dark, and Fairy. And just if you want to look a little bit more in depth, there's a GoHub Nifty or Thrifty article. I'll link it in the description of the podcast. I think they break down like 50 Pokemon. It's insane. We've got some of them covered here, some that aren't covered here. But that's a really good resource if you want to get a little bit more into recommendation details. So, off the top, what is a couple of like really good picks for the Halloween Cup?
So off the top, I really want to dig into these resources and look into it. But honestly, off the top, I think it's just going to be the Nidoqueen Cup. You better
Yeah.
either have a Nidoqueen or Shadow Nidoqueen, or be able to beat a Shadow Nidoqueen or Nidoqueen. And it's going to be harder because there's not as many typings. So I think Nidoqueen is going to dominate. She's going to be the queen of the cup for sure. And then Azu, I think, will be as good as always. Because it is weak to poison, but it has the Ice Beam, it has the Hydro Pump, and the Bubble, which counters Nidoqueen and Golbat. And I think Nidoqueen and Golbat might be the two best poison Pokemon out there. So, in my opinion, it's going to be the Nidoqueen Cup, and I've just been trying to figure out in my head what I'm going to do about that. If I'm going to use it or try to counter it, and where to go from there.
As soon as you said Nidoqueen, I kind of panicked because I'm like, oh, what am I gonna use to counter Nidoqueen? Like, Azumarill is great, but it does have that poison weakness, so you're kind of screwed up there. That is gonna be Beyonce, as I call it, Nidoqueen. Good pick. She's the queen for a reason.
So I think the two best
damn.
teams you could possibly have is Nidoqueen lead with double dark in the back, or a dark lead like maybe Scrafty with double poison in the back. I think those teams, if you want to climb, I think those two teams will win majority of the time. You'll definitely get over 50%, I think.
How do you think? Do you think because we're going to have such a poison prevalent meta, is there any hope that Charm Hole could potentially be an opportunity here to like charm people down?
I think Charm's dead for this cup, and I'm always a big Charm user, and I think you can still Charm Hole some in Open Great League, but even then, like if you play a whole day of sets, 25 battles, right? I think if you use Charm Hole in normal Great League, you're guaranteed to lose at least 3 battles, just because you're going to run into a Nidoqueen you can't counter, or a Venusaur, or a even Stunky or a Skuntank and Drapion are super intense now. Like, they're hard to beat. So I think Charm and Fairy typing are going to be really bad this year in Halloween Cup. And last year they were probably not that bad, but because the poison buff that happened in the last couple months, I think Charm is down. Probably the only
kind of into it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's okay. I like Charm personally, but having a cup without it is okay. I think the main usable fairies will probably be Alolan Ninetales with Powder Snow, and Azu with Bubble, and neither of those even use Charm. So
Yeah. I think there might be a case to be made for Wigglytuff because it has Ice Beam. So if you're going up against like a Beedrill, potentially, you could zap it with that. Same thing with Golbat. I don't love those matchups because, you're going to be hard pressed to get there with Charm, just being so low energy generator. But maybe you could hold one in the tank and swap it out or something. But I am pretty okay seeing Charm take a back seat because
yeah,
like
me
you, I
too.
love the moves. I think it's fun, but it's kind of nice to see Poison for like the first time. Like there might be like a Poison meta, and that's really cool.
I think Wigglytuff will be the best charmer and probably the only viable charmer, but mainly because the normal typing gives it that ghost resistance that is going
That's
to be
huge.
huge in this cup.
There's actually quite a little bit of sneaky normal stuff happening here where there's like some triple ghost resistance. So it's just like if you can get one, especially with a switch, you're like, you are done, Haunter. You can't do nothing. But of course, the Haunter's always packing that little poison move there in the back. So we'll see. I like those picks. I think Nidoqueen is a really good one. Shadow Nidoqueen could potentially really great too because Shadow Nidoqueen also has the bulk to maintain that buff to nerf to tankiness, right? Like it's a fairly decent Pokemon, especially with limited super effective damage here. Shadow Nidoqueen might be really good. I didn't even think of that one as like a top pick.
I think it will
on
be
PvPoke,
number one.
they actually have Nidoqueen ranked 4 and Shadow actually just beneath it. But obviously, those of you who are familiar with PvP metas, like the PvP poke rankings are a nice starting place, but it all depends on what people play and what actually people are battling with. I'm actually really interested at Crustle. I think that Pokemon, especially with like the rock type, Smackdown is a fast move, really can do a lot of work out there against a meta that is probably going to have plenty of things that just Smackdown alone is going to put a bad hurt on. Plus, you've got the bug move for Dark type. I think Crustle might be an excellent counter to roll in with potentially like I'm as I'm thinking right now. I'm going to see how these matchups look, but I'm thinking about a Crustle, Nidoqueen, Azu teaming and seeing how we're going to go with that.
Maybe.
Crustle
I really
has
like. I
been-
already mentioned it before.
Sorry, Crustle's been one that I had
Okay.
in my mind as well. I'm gonna try to use. So, like I said, I got Legend last season. I kind of have to find like the gim. See, I'm good at finding like good gimmick teams that beat a lot of stuff, and like Charmhole or Altered Grass
Like
type
Kentucky.
of thing. Yeah. So I think Crustle's might be my starting point for one. I don't want to give away too many thoughts, but I agree with you.
Kentucky's finally like, hey, when defenses rule the meta again, Kentucky time, baby, let's go.
Yeah. If
Take
they
that,
score a few
air raid or
points,
whatever.
then we might score more than them.
Yeah, you're like, we can do this now.
Where are we
It's
at
our
on
time.
Where are we at on Mandibuzz? Because that's what's sitting right now at the top of the ladder on PvP poke with
That's
Air Slash,
interesting.
Ace, and Foul Play.
So I think there's a strong case for flying moves in this meta because I think there's going to be some fighters in there like your Scrafty or whatever that are going to sneak in that's going to ace. There's tons of bugs and grass rolling around, so there's really strong stuff. And then also bringing in those dark moves. I really like that, but that's actually maybe not the flyer that I'm personally thinking of. Maybe it's just because I don't have a good one. I really think Golbat is going to shine here. I've already said it because of the Poison Fang buff, but bringing the wing attack in, I think, is critical because having that just consistently good flying damage, very few resistances to flying damage, I think, potentially in this cup, and a lot of super effective opportunities. But then having that Poison Fang Shadow Ball, you're going to get something super effective in there. There's going to be matchups you're going to like for Golbat. It just does damage.
He's gonna Golbat Shadow Ball will KO instantly a lot of these ghosts in the format.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mandibuzz is number one because I think Azu's pretty good against it, and I think
And it's going to be well represented.
Yeah, there'll be tons of Azus. Probably 3 out of 5 teams will have an
I think-
Azu. And then Frost
Like Salt said, that's
well.
kind of the problem with that's kind of the problem with like just looking at the raw numbers. They don't factor in the counters, and so I think Frostlass is actually an interesting pick too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be rolling with Frostlass. I honestly obviously it's getting in because of the ghost, but I was thinking about Frostlass, but I'm just so worried about the number of just super effective types against Frostlass out there that and she's obviously not super tanky. I might roll with her in a closer, but I'm just kind of worried that she's going to be left alone at the end of my roster with no shields, and I'm not going to be able to plow through unless I'm just sitting there against like a Mandibuzz, for example, and I'm just like Avalanche.
But for a snow user, I think I'd rather have the ghost secondary typing if you're going to try to get ice in there than the fairy. So like Nick, you were talking about Alola Ninetales. Out of those two, if you're just thinking about bringing ice to the party, which would you rather bring?
Well, I think Frostlass because if the main goal is either beat Nidoqueen or beat Nidoqueen, I think Frostlass will at least chunk a lot out of it. And it gets to Avalanche pretty quick, and Avalanche is a strong move. One thing I saw on YouTube is a recommendation of changing. Normally you run Shadow Ball, but for this cup, maybe throwing in Crunch in there instead of Shadow Ball. So like Avalanche Crunch Frostlass. I would, and of course Alolan Ninetales is so freaking OP. It's such a good Pokemon. But because Poison will probably be so represented in this cup, I like Frostlass. I will probably have two teams. I'm going to try to find my gimmick team, and then I'm going to have another team that will have Frostlass on it.
That Crunch is a really good dark horse contender, pun intended there. I did not think about doing that, but actually it makes a lot of sense because you don't want your Frostlass going toe-to-toe with Ghost because like Salt said, it's not a tanky Pokemon, so you're probably going to lose those matchups, but all of a sudden you're just turning the corner with that Crunch. Feels pretty good. It's spammy, so you might be able to get it going down, you know?
You're not losing much by not having Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
Because like there's going to be
especially
a lot of dark
to do the ice.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that pick a lot. Another one that's definitely going on my team is Beedrill. I think, Community Day drill run is required here. I think Ground is going to do some work in there. We already talked about it with Nidoqueen being potentially very good, but drill run is a powerful Pokemon, or a powerful move, especially with your other, potential bug and poison moves mixed in there too. I really like Beedrill for this. It was one of those where I poo-pooed it whenever it first was announced. I'm like, Beedrill's a bad Pokemon. Drill World's dumb. And then I got to use it in some cups. And I'm like, no, I was wrong. This is a very powerful combination for this Pokemon.
Are you going Fellstinger or X-Scissor?
I'd probably go Fellstinger. X-Scissor is really good too. I think the recommended was check PvP poke on this Salt, but I think it was Fellstinger on that one. I think that's what I have, so I'll just probably save the TM, and then just if it's not working for me, I might switch.
No, they recommend X-Scissor.
Oh, do they? Okay.
But I don't know.
Change.
I don't know.
I would go Fellstinger. It's guaranteed attack raise, right?
I don't know if it's
yes.
Is it guaranteed?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, then I don't know. That's a hard thing to pass up, especially if you're rolling. Even I don't know. I don't know if you guys think Beedrill's too risky as an opener, but just anytime you can buff while taking out a shield, it just feels so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially considering this is the meta where those bug and poison fast attacks are really going to pay off, right?
And poisons, unless it's Golbat, they're gonna shield Drill Run. They have to.
Yeah.
Nidoqueen has to shield Drill Run. So if you build up to it, bait.
Yeah.
It'd be a good bait. But it's so
like
funny.
that
All the great Pokemon we're talking about, it just makes me think all the more reason me and Sod are gonna try out Crustle because they're almost all weak to Rock.
Telling you.
Yes. The Rock is going to catch people. Especially because it's coming SmackDown right out of the gate. All of a sudden you're there, and I think there's people that are not going to be ready for Crustle, and so they're just going to like before they can even think about switching, they're like, oh shoot, where did a quarter of my HP go? Oh damn, that thing's throwing rocks. That Hermit Crab is throwing rocks right now. That could be pretty bad.
Rock Slide is going to be bringing the hate down on people.
And then resistances too from Rock, which is nice as well.
Y'all want to know? I'll tell you right now. I'm going to be doing a video this weekend on the Halloween Cup. Definitely check out the YouTube on it. Here's the stupid Pokemon I'm going to use, and I'm telling you right now, it's not going to win. But if I catch somebody with this Pokemon, I'm going to use Mighty Inna. That's what I'm going to do. With Fire Fang, Crunch, and Play Rough. And people are going to see this Pokemon, and they're not going to know it too. Somebody's going to leave their Beedrill in, and I'm just going to Fire Fang it to death.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they're like, why is this happening? That was on the list. It is definitely not something I think people are going to be ready for.
I have a really good one, and I'm just like you, Nick. I hate making Pokemon that aren't really good IVs, even though I know a lot of times it doesn't necessarily matter. It's better to use the good Pokemon. But I have like an 88 one just ready to go, and it's so cheap to make comparatively. I'm like, ugh, I kind of want to try this.
Yeah.
What else we got? Galvantula. Oh, God.
Oh, I was gonna say my Yenna, you don't have to worry about counters so much. I think only Scrafty and Obstagoon are the only counter users probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm looking through the list of like recommended stuff. Probably, yeah.
I can't think of anybody else. I'll scroll, but I don't think you're gonna find.
So if you face an Obstagoon
probably
or
maybe
Scrafty,
something super niche.
it's probably
they're gonna
lose,
rock
but...
my world. Well, see that's that's the thing though. No shields. I got Play Rough. Like
yeah. Oh, that's true.
That's true. See what happens, but like you better shield.
One player.
And I would not know. Like if you said,
I would have no
If you
clue.
said, hey, yeah,
Yeah.
I would be totally pants down on that one. I'd be like, oh no. You'd see the animation start, you're like, how? No, bad. That would be a you should read a book kind of moment where you're just like, you got me, you played yourself. Galvantula was obviously the star of Halloween Cup last year. That was like, Halloween Cup. You guys like flash all the way back to 2020, the first GBL Cup, and Galvantula, newer Pokemon, stole the show. Probably not the same this time, just because there's a lot more counters potentially to that Pokemon. We've talked a lot about some of them. Still good though, and you probably got one from last year. And who doesn't love a Thunder Spider?
Yeah,
It's pretty sick.
Galvantula lead is really strong, and I think if you use it, just go ahead and put it first. And
See, though, it's not very strong if your Galvantula runs into a Crustle or Earth Power Nidoqueen.
that's what I'm saying. Like when you said, I'm on the same page.
Every
Squash that
time.
bug.
It is. I'm looking at this list. I've got it over here on the second screen, and every time I read a Pokemon, I'm like, Nidoqueen, no.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. I'm gonna have to start with this Nidoqueen. Maybe a potential counter to Nidoqueen, Escavalier. If you want to pack another Drill Run, you can get that. Steel, obviously, bringing some really powerful resistance to your Fairy and Poison stuff. I think Escavalier could do a little bit of work here as well.
Yeah, I do too.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. The steel defense attack.
There you go. There's something
really
that
helpful.
Crustle's like, oops.
Yeah.
Yep, maybe.
I'm seeing Mawile and Jellicent in here. No surprise.
I believe it's
there.
pronounced Manhole.
Manhole. Yes, of course. Yes.
Jellicent
Actually,
again.
here's one we haven't talked about, but I think we're going to see it because a lot of people already have it made. A Alolan Grimer. Or sorry, Alolan
Really?
Muck, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for Great League?
Yeah. No, so they actually have a Alolan Grimer ranked 13. But, I mean, obviously Muck as well. But, yeah, XL Alolan Grimer, it can get up there.
This is how you
I'm
know
not doing
you're
that.
playing a true tryhard. If they have a Lowland Grimer 1500, you got to XL it all the way out.
Pack it up.
I have what I want to make, but it's like, okay, there's 600,000 dust I can spend on like Melmetal or something, you know what I mean? So, but if you run into an Alolan Grimer, I hope you beat them.
Yeah. That would be heartbreaking because you're just like, that's kind of like the not the Mandy Buzz, the Volby of a situation. Like, what are you doing? You jerk. You just did this to be a jerk. You have to like try really hard to make that happen. But the same is also true for Alolan Muck because, there was, I guess there is a time where you could catch them in the wild, but remember for like the longest time they'd only hatch out of eggs and the CP cap was too high, so you have to like trade them down to make that happen. So that was kind of like an early try hard move. You skipped over Mawile. I actually think that's going to be a really powerful Pokemon, both Shadow and non-Shadow, because kind of like Mightyena, Secret Fire Fang. All of a sudden, this Pokemon is just bringing fire to the party, and combine that with Power Up Punch. Oh, that could be a combo right there. You got a lot of resistance from the Steel sneaking in there. I think Mawile could be really good. Very expensive to unlock that secondary charge move and get it all the way up to 1500, but if you got one, this is a good opportunity for Mawile.
What's the other charge move on it?
You could do Power Up Punch or
It's got to be Play Rough or something like that, right? Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
no, it was something. Oh, what was it?
It's
The
Play
actually
Rough.
the
Yeah, it's Play Rough and Ironhead.
Oh,
yeah.
Iron Head. Yeah.
I still think Power Up Punch is the way to go here. And then honestly, like Ironhead and Play Rough might be good, but we already kind of talked about some of the fairy problems. I might just bring my Mawile without having to spend a gajillion Stardust unlocking
Seriously.
the secondary charge move, because I'm probably just going to do Fire Punch and Power Up Punch anyway. And if I guess, in this super edge case, I take it on the chin because I don't have a secondary charge move, like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's what I did with Little Jungle Cup and stuff. I mean, sometimes it's just like, I'm not spending that 75,000 on a second move.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't have
And then all that candy,
3.6
too.
million Stardust?
Honestly, the candy would be getting me more than the Stardust with that one, because
I
it's
was
just
gonna-
like...
The last one I want to talk about, because I was really kind of excited to make this one, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna. It was Drapion, because I just feel like the typing is a bit of a liability, and I don't think I need to bring that in. I don't know. Do you guys have any strong thoughts about Drapion?
Surf on Nidoqueen.
Does it have
Secret Surf?
It
Yeah,
does.
it has random surf.
It's Aquatail.
Oh, it's Aquatail,
Yeah,
right?
it's Aquatail.
Secret water move on
But
the
I
Nidoqueen
think
could be
It's
Drapion
good.
will
it's
be
the bug
good.
typing.
Hmm.
It's the
A lot of people
So
have it.
what is it?
Yeah.
Bug and poison?
Nah, it's poison and dark, and I was like, I
Oh,
kind
poison
of
and
didn't want the dark baggage, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Dark could be bad
I
here.
think it could be good. I mean, it's not going to be the best poison, but it's, I guess, not the worst. The good thing about it is it's so spammy. It is so spammy.
Oh my
like
god, yeah.
Crunch and
Well, it's got
Aquatel.
Fell
I mean,
Stinger. Yeah.
Aquatail too.
Honestly, it's hard to leave some shit on the table or stuff on the table. Excuse me, because there's so many good ones. PV Poke at 23 has Poison Sting, Crunch, and Sludge Bomb. But honestly, there's like it kind of sucks leaving any of these moves on the table because you could definitely see cases where you would want Aquatail and Crunch and Fellstinger and Sludge Bomb. So if you see a Drapion, good luck figuring out what you're going to shield because I don't know what they're bringing.
You talked about Jaleficent just a second ago, Nick. I think, again, kind of going back to the Nidoqueen counter, having that Bubble Beam in there, such a just maddening experience. We see this Pokemon all the time in Open, where it's just shooting down your shields, and you know the Bubble Beam is coming, but it just completely nerfs your attack into the ground, basically forcing you to switch out. Could be really well represented. I think Jaleficent's going to do some work in this Halloween Cup as well.
Actually, because of the Bubble Beam, I don't know. Do you guys think there'll be a strategy where people run Jaleficent as an opener to force
probably.
switches? I think the dark typing honestly is going to be a problem, but I don't know how many people are going to be running darks opening. This is a hard meta to crack.
It really is.
People, Umbreon could be a good opener also,
You're
just
gonna
because
just-
it's
you're
like
gonna-
a
you're
tanky
gonna-
Pokemon.
This meta, you are going to clown people, and sometimes you're just going to get clowned.
Yeah.
And that's just what is going to happen.
It really might just be like rock, paper, scissors in a lot of chances because it's going to be like Nidoqueen, Azu, Dark, and a Ghost, and it's kind of just like all going in a circle.
Yeah.
I think though, in that case, when you think like, especially if we actually get into it here and we're really, like, damn, this is kind of random. When in doubt, just choose the best Pokemon. It's like Azumarill is just a very good Pokemon.
So just do Azu,
that,
Nidoqueen,
right?
And whatever Scrafty or something that hits hard.
Bring a Golbat, bring a Scrafty, right?
Golbat,
That just like throw punches. I think there's definitely an opportunity there. We've got a couple of more hot takes. The Dusclop's probably going to see a lot of that, just to get ready for that. It's not the best, but because of Community Day, you'll probably see a lot of that. Another kind of like out of the box pick that I did not even think of until I saw this on the article was, I'm going to say the name wrong, Dralgi. Is that how you say the little
Dragalge,
seahorse guy?
Yep.
Dragalge.
Yeah,
I think with
he's
that
gonna be
dragon, what secret dragon
He's
type
gonna be good. Yeah.
coming in there? That could be pretty cool.
So when
got
I was
Gunk
talking
Shot,
about
too.
Nidoqueen, I was thinking the counter could be that Dragalge.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
'cause
guess-
Because you can get it Dragon Tail, Aqua Tail, and Gunk Shot on there. That's a pretty good smattering of moves right there. Dragon Tail
Tail's
just going to have neutral
move.
damage all over the place. That's hard to discount in this rock paper scissors fight when you can just consistently deliver neutral damage. It's pretty good. Other than the, like a few random steel Pokemon, you're getting, and that's a good move too. Often overshadowed by its other dragon counterpart, but still pretty dang good. What else we got? Last but not least, maybe a Chandelure opportunity. Fire Spin kind of held it back last Halloween, but now we've got Incinerate, so could be time to light some fires.
I don't know. I'm not seeing.
Nah, probably
I'm not
It's
seeing
so
the
glassy.
pluck there.
It really is. Plus Nidoqueen. Damn it.
Yeah,
Or
glassy.
Crustle.
But-
fire just seems like a
Nah.
liability here, and like occasionally you're gonna fire a Venusaur and you're gonna feel good about it, but like how often is that gonna happen?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you just run like Umbreon. I mean, you could honestly just do Nidoqueen, Umbreon, Azu probably, and just win 15
That sounds
at
pretty good,
least.
honestly.
You mean what I'm gonna do?
That's- I
Or-
wasn't thinking. I was thinking about the other two pretty strongly, because I also have them. But that Nidoqueen pick is definitely going to the lineup now. What moves do you think for Nidoqueen? Obviously, Earth Power. What else are we
Poison
gonna get?
Fang. Yeah,
It's Poison
that's the
Fang,
obvious
Earth
choice.
Power. For this, assuming there's going to be more flying, especially Golbat or Mandibuzz, or ice types like Frostlass, she can get Stone Edge. So if you want to catch people off guard with Stone Edge
I would
as opposed to Earth Power, that could be like a spicy pick. But because there's so many poison types, you got to kind of weigh the pros and cons of having that ground charge move versus that rock charge move, and then just
Yeah.
based on what your team is, do you need to counter flying more, or do you need to counter opposing poison more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's actually true because you could probably catch some people off guard with that Stone Edge.
Totally.
Just blow up a Golbat completely, or a Mandibuzz or something like that. There could be something. Just great neutral damage too. That thing hits hard. So that could be pretty fun.
People are gonna
Overall-
know though. Like this Nidoqueen sure has been charging for a minute. Like
Yeah, but they maybe think Earthquake. I don't know. Does it have Earthquake?
It does.
I don't-
Yeah, it
Oh
does.
yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Trying to look through other suggestions. Sizor up in here, maybe potentially. Never really got its time to shine, but maybe again bringing steel to this party, I think, is going to have a lot of advantages in the form of resistance. So,
And there's
that
going to
could be
be
good.
no fire. I don't think you'll really see much
Yeah.
Alolan Marowak. There's really not going to be any fire at all. So
Other than sneaky. I think like the smart players will bring in the Fire Fang on the Mightyena. That might be a little too edge. Sorry, Salt, but that
I
might
was
be a
gonna
little too
say
edge.
nobody's
case.
doing that.
But I
Nobody's
do
gonna
think
do
there's
that.
Mawile Fire Fang could sneak in there. I do think just because it's such a prevalent Pokemon, I do think we're going to see a lot of Alolan Marowak. Maybe not at the upper tier, but I think people are going to bring it just because it's such a I'm going to say crutch. I use it all the time, but it's a very good Pokemon. So you might see it that way. Though I did see in this article, people were making case for Hex instead of Fire Spin for the fast move. So
Yeah,
who knows?
I
Makes
think
sense.
honestly, I would switch to Hex for this. Because
Yeah.
you're not. Where's your Skarmory? Where's the lot of the reasons you would normally use? Where's
Venusaur?
your gas? Yeah, I just don't think you're going to see that much Venusaur
Yeah.
in this. I think there's
Yeah.
other poison Pokemon. There's not going to be that many water Pokemon, if at all. So, yeah, like maybe Azu is so prevalent that people feel like they need to rock their Venusaurs.
and
But
Jellicent.
I don't know.
Those
Yeah,
two.
that's
Yeah,
but
Jellicent
that's
too.
it.
I think you're more likely to see dark counters for Jellicent.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about Venusaur just because, again, when in doubt, go with a good Pokemon. And Razor
True.
Leaf is a beast.
And you
you can
got the
sneak
poison.
Sludge Bomb in there.
Yeah, and then you get that's true. Oh man, I'm excited about this cup, guys.
I said
I'm
Frenzy
gonna be
Plant, I
playing-
meant Frenzy
I'm gonna be
Plant.
playing the balls
I-
out of this cup.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm super excited too. I can't wait till tomorrow when I can do my battles since I did mine for today at like 3 a.m. last night. And mistakes were
Oh,
made.
God, Decisions happened. So, one last piece of encouragement: if you are going to take this and try to, especially if you're trying to get to Legends for that championship or just to get that Leon pose, I think this is an opportunity to catch people in the early days where they're kind of like, let's see what happens. And if you go in there hard with your good Pokemon and you can rack up some early wins before people kind of figure out what's up, do it now. So if you're listening to this podcast on Monday and you're at all interested, get in there early before the meta solidifies.
If you don't do a lot of PvP, just do. I'll give you two teams right now. Dark, double poison. Just do Umbreon, Nidoqueen, and your choice of poison. Golbat, Drapion, Skuntank, any. So dark, double poison, or poison, double dark. So Nidoqueen lead with Umbreon, Mandibuzz, or Sableye. I mean, Sableye is so good. What other
Yeah.
darks are there?
Expensive.
I mean, just whatever you have dark wise.
Scrafty
Scrafty
can
would
kind
be
of sneak
great.
in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those
Honchkrow?
I've never used Honchkrow,
Seen a
so I
little
don't
bit
know.
I've never done it either, but Snarl Sky Attack does seem kind of dirty.
Snarl's a great move.
Yeah, and it gets the Sky Attack quick. So I think there might be an opportunity for Honchkrow.
Honestly, think about it though. Honchkrow, like toast your Scrafty, toast all the bugs, toast Venusaur if it ever shows up.
Toast the
like-
ghosties.
Loses to Cressel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Telling you,
But
man.
not Nidoqueen, probably. Finally, we'll see. It'll be fun. I'm really, like you said, I'm really excited about this one. We are way over time, so we'll skip the Lunar Cup, but we'll probably announce our shameful defeats next week on the show when we talk about the Lunar Cup. But that's what we got. You just want to skip to questions, Salt? You want to do some questions right now?
No, let's do a little catch of the week.
Okay, we can do a little catch of the week. Here, we can flex and brag. I do want to give a shout out to someone named, I think her name is like Lisa Pinocchio. It's a weird last
Yeah,
name.
it's
I mean,
something like
it's
that.
fine. Something weird like that. It's unbreakable. And this is, she sent us an email, which is weird. She could just call us, but she chose to email us. Flashback to March 2020, March 7th. I defeated a Rocket Grunt and caught a Shadow Wobbuffet that purified to 100%. I was very excited, but little did I know that the grind that this catch would lead to. Wobbuffet Candy XL is extremely hard to come by. Every event where Wobbuffet has been featured, I grinded. Why not eggs? 9 incubators deep, baby. So when the Photobomb event came, I was really happy to power it up to level 50. I was stoked. I have two very sweet local raid buddies, Sam and Gillian, who saved all their Photobombs for me to
Gillian.
trade. What did I say, Gillian?
Yeah.
Could be Gillian. That's how they say it in Scotland. I actually think that's true. Don't at me, Scotland. By the end of the event, I was 2 Candy XL away, but raid hour was soon to come, and I knew my friends would take care of me. Wednesday evening, my raid crew was more than excited for Wobbuffet than Giratina. First 4 trades netted the necessary 2 XL Candy, and I was able to super max my purified 100% best buddy Wobbuffet with my cheering friends excited for me. Pokemon and friendship, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, that was an insane grind, but I respect the grind. So well
Let's
done,
go.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Well
love
done.
that. I hope she plays PvP. She needs to use that thing.
just to make people freak out. They're like, why? How?
There's a
It'd be
team.
so great.
There's a team that has Wobbuffet on it that, in Great League, mind you, the whole strategy is to timeout.
Nice. You want to give people that strategy real quick? I want to hear what that
No,
does.
don't put that in the world.
It's Wobbuffet, level 50 Chansey, and I can't remember what else, but yeah, you just try to
Hate it.
A giant middle finger. That's the their Pokemon.
It doesn't matter what your third Pokemon. No one will get through those first two, so you can just do whatever you want.
Then you just
Don't
have
even
all
attack.
3 after the timeout and kill one of those.
The trolling, absolute trolling. I love it. What'd you guys catch? You want to take a brag real quick?
Yeah, I'll do my little brag. So I am famously not an excellent Go Battle League PvPer. I really like to get out there, but
Oh, now I know why you made us do this segment.
yeah,
So you could,
when Great League came back around on Monday, I was like, I'm gonna do all of my cards Monday and Tuesday, and I finished Tuesday night and I had my 50 battles in, and I was at 84% win rate. I was feeling myself. Yeah, I was like, what? I was happy. So
That's
I
pretty
actually
good.
did the YouTube video about it. I was using Azu Open with Umbreon and Bastion in the back, and I'm telling you, man, there's 3 bins of games. There's the 3 that you're just gonna win, and then there's the third that you're just gonna lose. So you're fighting over that middle third. That's what you're really doing. But I was in the zone, man. I was winning games I shouldn't have won. I was forcing dumb switches. I was getting in, foul plays at the last second. You just have those tickets where everything just clicks. So I went in and I made a video about it. And luckily for me, a lot of it was a lot of people using Dust Noir and Jellicent. And I was like, Umbreon don't care about that.
Nom nom nom. That's Umbreon candy right there. Just nibble it up.
The mon that got away though,
incredible.
it was I was on a streak. I'm back down to like 66 now.
Yeah.
But the
That's still good.
the thing that I was alluding to earlier was I was really feeling myself, and I had basically all I had to do was there was like one Pokemon, it was like half dead, and they had their Galarian Stunfisk out, and my Basti was just going at it, and I had one shield left, and their Galarian Stunfisk fired up a charge move, and I was like, this is Rock Slide. You're not going to fool me, you scrub. And I just let it Earthquake me right out of my socks, and I lost. And I was like, why didn't I just... Like, I was almost at Flamethrower. There was no reason to do that. I was just... I couldn't even finish the rest of the battle. I was so mad at myself.
I saw that in the YouTube video. It was brutal to watch the Bastion go from here to here just instantly.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that for sure.
That was brutal. What do you got, Nick? What's your brag?
My catch of the week, I put 100 on the money line on UK versus. This is Monday, right? Monday.
Here it is. Yeah, call it now.
I struggled with catch of the week this past week, but I got the shiny Butterfree with the hat a couple weeks ago on the fashion week, so that was pretty awesome.
You're legally allowed to use anything between now and the last time you were on. So.
Oh god, yeah, I'd have a ton then because I've grinded so much except for the last few weeks. So, but I was pretty stoked for that because I've still never caught my first shiny Caterpie. And then shiny Fatina, of course. I've probably done it in like 10 raids and got it out of the way, so it's not too bad.
It's like 1 out of 19, so you're well above the average there.
But my one that got away, oh man. So just storage in general, because as our friend Lisa said, trading for XL Candy makes me not want to transfer anything because I want to hold on to these Frillish so I can end up with the Ultra League Jellicent, So I'm just going to have to take advantage of this 2x transfer and think, do I really need an XL Drapion or do I need the storage? And so just storage in general. And speaking of like the XL thing, which has just totally changed the game, it seems.
Yeah.
The one that really got away was I did a Licky Tongue raid, and there was like 2 solid IV spreads that would be great to build the XL for Great League. So on my account, I get the Hundo, which is like not PvP relevant at all.
No,
on
but cool.
Still cool. On my wife's account, I get the PvP IV.
No.
It's like she's not even level 40. She can't even get XLs. And I say I get it on my wife's account, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that was like the one that got away. I was like, can I
gotta
just
borrow
like
your
trade these? So
sucks.
yeah. And I only did probably like 3 Licky Tongue raids out of the whole time, and that happened in one of them. And so like
That needs to
yeah,
come back.
yeah,
That's one
yeah.
that needs to come back more often, because it's like, what are you going to do? Catch wild Lickitung? Like, that's not a thing that happens.
Also, it's an obvious slam dunk because what is Niantic putting in tier 3 raids? It's getting them money.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just stop and do this. Ludicolo said nobody ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool looking Pokemon, but I'm not going to try to hang out with this pineapple monster.
Yeah.
I want the Lickitung. I want the gross lick monster. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Your catch of the week reminded me of my catch, or the transfer thing reminded me that I was late to community day last week, and I was sitting around being like, oh, I don't know what to do because I need to transfer all these Pokemon, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So I'm rolling up to like community day with 10 slots open. I'm like, this is going to suck. I'm like, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm just going to, break out the credit card and get some storage here. And then I look at my bank, I have like 600 coins. I'm like, look at you, Nar, doing them gyms randomly. So I got to like just bump up my storage by another couple hundred and just like scoop in all the Duskull at once and just then transfer them massively. That was really nice, just to have unexpected in-game currency. So that made me feel good.
Nice.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ready to do questions, Nar?
Hit me with some questions,
Okay.
bruh.
This first one comes from Pidgeygrabba, and
Grabbing
I think
a
it's
Pidgey.
interesting. So the question is, what is your go-to type to have on your team? What for Great League or across all metas? So the question I want to pivot to Nick, and I want to invite him for because he's in our Discord. So it's been a while, but basically we did this tournament where everybody had to be a gym leader.
Oh, yeah.
And so you had to pick 6 Pokemon, and you were the gym leader for that type, and whoever you drew, that was your type. So
Yeah.
you just basically transformed into a gym leader for the game. So if you had to pick the type that you were going to stand for, what would it be?
I'm Opal,
Mine
baby.
was your
What's-
ghost. You ghost.
I'm
Or
Opal.
no, fairy?
Wait, yeah, Fairy. The old
Fairy,
lady,
yeah.
Opal. Sword and
Oh,
Shield.
Opal.
I'm going
She's
Fairy.
best character in Sword and Shield, hands down. Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes. Agreed.
My favorite.
No,
Yeah.
it's Hop.
I will say this is like the first time in a long time where they had any character who I hated as much as what was his name, the guy that eventually replaces Opal.
Oh,
The mean
yeah.
rival. I can't remember his name, but he was a jerk. I'm like every time I beat him,
eBay or whatever.
B-Bay or whatever his name is. I was like, I love beating you so much. It's
Wanna
very
smash
fun.
your face.
Opal's
No.
cool. So Fairy, that's actually a pretty good type.
Fairy's my favorite typing because like all the OP typings, Dragon, Dark, Fighting, they're all weak to Fairy, so I like it. And it's
Yep.
I mean Charm is such a strong move in Pogo, but I can't wait for Grimmsnarl to be in Pokemon Go. Like that is my
That'd be pretty cool.
hype. That's what I'm looking forward to. Fairy Dark typing. They better not flop, man. They better make him so good. He was my favorite one to use in my Sword and Shield playthrough. And yeah, I like Fairy typing.
I think it's hard for Go players to understand like how important Fairy was in the introduction to bring balance to the game,
Yes.
right? Because it was really necessary. It's not something they did for generations, right? They did it in 2, and then they brought Fairy in, and was it 5 or 6?
I mean, it was late. It was like 5 or 6, but
I think it was 5.
I can't remember
Yeah,
if it was Kalos. I think it was
Kalos.
Kalos, yeah.
But until then,
so
it's
it was
just like-
one of these things.
all these dragons just
Yeah, it's just like
Crush.
Dragon Time, baby. And have to Fairy to have the immunity to it, and this it's like double resistance in Pokemon Go. But it like was really this like fine-tuning example that really made everything kind of feel equal in a way that the game never felt before. So always loved
No,
Fairies for that.
it was Gen 6. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it was 6. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. So really love that. I did water. Salt, you did ground for your gym leader, right?
Yeah, I was the salt
I was a
of the
pirate.
earth. I was the
I was a
salt of the
pirate
earth.
captain. Yar. What's next?
Let's see here. Rugby Gnome says, should we invest in multiple teams to try to counter the meta, or should we just work with the meta and do the tried and true? I'll do my take on this. I think it's really important to master a team, to know your matchups, and to know your moves. Like, I've done so many with the team I mentioned earlier that I don't have to think like, oh, I wonder if this foul play is going to kill this Pokemon. Like, I know this foul play is going to kill this Pokemon. So I'm gonna take this Shadow Ball, and I'm not going to kill this Pokemon. I'm going to build up another foul play, and just understanding those little nuances of the plays, I think, is more important than, like, I don't think you're ever going to build skill if you just, oh, this team sucks, and then you switch to a new team.
Mhm.
Teams are going to fluctuate. You're going to get bad matchups, but if you don't learn your team and learn your matchups, you're never going to improve. And those skills that you use and the things that you learn will translate when you do pick up a new team. Just
Yeah.
my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think, Nick, you said the phrase either be Nidoqueen or beat Nidoqueen,
Yeah.
right? That's a really good way to think about it. If you're seeing, it's pretty easy, right? If you're seeing the Nidoqueen strategy 50% of the time, then it's worth using a suboptimal Pokemon to get that advantage, because now all of a sudden you're able to win more just by having that. But if it's like you're seeing Nidoqueen a lot, but it's like 30% of the time, then just use the best Pokemon. Get on the bandwagon. Just
Yeah.
do the good thing, because there's a reason why it's good. So it's one of those things I have to tell myself that a lot. I always want to be janky and buck the meta, but sometimes you're just like, I'm trying to get good, so like buckle down and just do the thing that you know is right.
Yeah. And for like Halloween Cup, you probably just, I mean, it's what, like a week long or 10 days or something. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to spend so many resources on that. But as far as like Open Great League, I have that same issue with Azu. I freaking hate Azumarill, but I have one. Like, I don't know
it's
why
so
I don't
good.
just use it, you know? Like, I've used it before, but yeah, so like basically I'm always, and I'll build these great teams unless I see Azu, which is 2 out of every 5 battles. So, you know,
Yep.
but I mean, yeah, for Open Great League, just get Skarmory and Swampert on the same team. That's like a good start. Or
And just win.
just do Altaria, Meganium, Stunfisk, Galarian Stunfisk,
Yeah.
and just learn that team, and you will win. Like there's what we call BBML, which is like, what does it stand for? It's like Big Bitch Meta League or something. It's basically
Yeah.
like everybody
do it.
uses the meta because they're the best Pokemon, and like people say BBML like with a negative connotation, but I'm like, no, if you're learning and you need a good team to learn with, then there's a reason a lot of people use Altaria, Meganium, Galarian Stunfisk. There's a reason.
The people that use that as an insult are losing. That's what's
Yeah.
happening. It's like, sorry, don't get
Yeah.
mad at me.
You
Go get mad
also-
at Niantic. You want
Or
that?
they're
Go do
already
X per
legend.
nerf.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
I,
that.
I think about this in Magic.
They're
where
trying too hard.
We think about like the best decks and all that kind of stuff. You can't beat the meta if you don't understand the meta. You know, if you just start out from a place of like, well, I mean, you can use whatever you want, that's fine, but understand the cost of that is going 50-50. And if you're cool with that, you're cool with that. But this is a competitive game, and like we've just seen with the poison rebalance, the things that are good today might not be the things that are best tomorrow, and it's going to ebb and flow, and you just got to roll with it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Let's go. Scott says, which 2 iconic pair of Pokemon best encapsulates your dynamic, and who is who? Ho-Oh and Lugia, Zangoose and Survivor, Xerneas and Yveltal. Nar, you can say whatever you want, but I think that the duo that best encapsulates us is Smeargle and Kecleon, because it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. Like, what are these 2 dudes doing?
No, I think it's we're the classic duo of I am Dragonite and you are Mr. Mime. That's what's up.
That is
I'm great.
not-
You're a pedophile. That's what's up.
Not accurate.
That's how it feels. Nick, if you had to pick one Pokemon, not your favorite, but like that embodied the spirit of Nick, what would you pick?
Man, maybe Obstagoon.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
pretty
a
good.
little punk rock. Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go ham. Let's have 3 bourbons and lose at GBL with my
I
tongue
don't
out.
care what happens, Rock.
Smash my TV and throw it out the hotel window.
But it's so funny.
Ryan
Battle.
wants to.
Real
Oh, go
quick,
ahead.
something for Survivor fans. I don't know if I have the perfect one for me, but this guy that won my second season, the all-winner season, Tony, he is the
Oh, yeah.
epitome of Primeape.
He is.
Like,
You don't know how real that is, Salt.
sleeveless cutoff T-shirt, just hammering around, punching everything, like knocking
Yeah.
into stuff, like running around like crazy.
If you haven't seen season 40 of Survivor, you do not know the wisdom that, like, you got to be a certain type of person. You got to know Pokemon and know Survivor. The wisdom that you just channeled, that is like the truth of the universe. Tony
spirit
is
animal.
Primeape. It is. You should show him a picture of that and be like, this is you, dude. This is you.
What the
Hey,
fuck
dude,
is
a
this,
bunch-
Nick? What is this kind of show? What are you talking about? What
What are
is
you
this?
doing?
A bunch of,
You
a bunch of
nerd?
nerds. A bunch of nerds on the internet think you're this.
Is this
Like, it's true.
freaking like a Pokemon thing or something? What are you talking about, man?
What's happening here? He's also like Tony, to go super deep, unexpectedly very good, right? People underestimate, and then here we go.
Yeah.
Primate's good. Tony
Yeah.
turns out amazing at this game.
Yeah, best player ever, easily.
I mean,
Ryan
not
wants.
even-
I mean, he beat
it's
the
not even
winners,
close.
which, yeah.
yeah, but it's
Ri-
not that he beat the winners. It's the way he did it.
Oh,
That was
he
so
crushed us
impressive.
all.
Very,
Everybody
very
was amazing.
cerebral.
Yeah.
You guys are nerds.
It's good. I know it is, but it's fun.
The I can never watch one episode because I'm afraid if I watch one episode, I'm be like, well, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
spend the
it'll
rest of
hook
my
you.
life doing this. Ryan,
I will
wants to
say,
know-
if you're looking for a season to get on, Nick's season was great. I
My
liked it
season
before
is
I ever
really,
met Nick.
honestly, probably the best. Season 37.
Really, cool people. It's like positive. It's like not like I remember like watching the early seasons where everyone's so bitchy and
Yeah,
mean to
mean.
each other, and you're like, ugh.
We
And,
played,
like,
we played hard and like respect
Yeah.
and yeah.
And there's really cool characters on there too that are fun to root for and root against. It's just like it was
Yeah.
a really good season.
Yeah, that's great.
My 2 cents.
Ryan wants to know: is Kentucky real? Also, how can I
Is it?
dominate in the pumpkin cuppo? We already told you that, but give the people what they
Wait,
want.
is
Nick.
Kentucky
Is
real?
Kentucky real?
Is it a
Yeah.
real place?
Mark Twain said it's 20 years behind everything, so you can come down and see us with spiked hair and
Oh,
smoking
sweet.
cigarettes and eating McDonald's.
listening to Sum 41.
Yeah. But Kentucky
Lord, good
is
Charlotte.
Kentucky is one of the best places you could ever go. Through Survivor, I've met so many people. People have come here from LA, New York City. One of the people on my season, Mike White, the guy that did the White Lotus,
Yeah.
he came here and I took him riding on my side by side, which is like
Nice.
a glorified ATV type of thing. Just everybody here loves it. They love the people, they love the food, they love the outdoors, the mountains, everything. Like Michelle from my season, she was like crying. She was laughing so hard at riding through the woods and like, just doing all the random outdoor stuff. Might have shot a gun or two, but
Yeah, you got to do it when you're in Kentucky.
Look,
I assume
our
it's legal,
state,
like mandatory.
like I know Kentucky's not like the New York City of the world or whatever, but our state is known for horses, bourbon, basketball. Like there's so many
These are
worse
good
bad
things.
Those are
states.
pretty good things. Those
Yeah.
are
And
pretty
the
good things.
outside is lovely. That's
Yeah.
also nice.
So like we pick on Ohio. I
pretty
mean, you would much rather be in Kentucky than Ohio. That's our like
Yeah,
rivalry
I
state, I
would.
guess.
I would definitely rather live in Kentucky. At least it's got character. Ohio's just like a shopping mall. Come
Yeah.
at me, Ohio.
Tennessee's also
Yeah.
beautiful. But I'm in
love Tennessee. I've
Appalachia.
never
too.
I have a meme. It has a picture
Oh,
of downtown
okay.
Columbus,
Up
and it was
there.
like the number one things to do in Ohio. Number one, leave.
That's weird. We have people in Ohio. They're gonna get mad at us. But I've been to
PG is
Tennessee.
like bullcrap.
Yeah,
They'll say I'm not wearing
actually, a lot of
shoes.
people
No, Ohio will give it back. They'll be like, "Well, he's from Kentucky. He's not even wearing shoes." So they
just
know.
leave
They
you a
know the
pair of
rivalry.
shoes.
It's all in
Yeah.
good fun. I love Ohio. My favorite team's Cincinnati Reds. I go to Ohio all the time, so it's all in good fun.
It's like basically the same state. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you like the
a-
Reds.
Well,
you can't
here-
hate Ohio.
Yeah, exactly. I love Ohio. Here's the difference: is like Kentucky is actually very diverse. So I'm from Appalachia, which is like the reason my
We can
accent's
tell.
pretty thick. Yeah, right. So like I live in the part of the state that is kind of like West Virginia, but then there's northern Kentucky, which is like Ohio. Then there's like Louisville, which is right on Indiana, and then Illinois. I mean, it's just a very diverse state. So basically, I'm closer to Tennessee than I am to like Lexington or Louisville or Cincinnati. So Kentucky is real. It's a great state, and it's way more diverse than a lot of people think.
Plus
Yeah,
that
we-
bluegrass.
We have a
Blue,
we have a
oh,
major-
bluegrass music.
I like that
Love
music.
bluegrass.
Love
Hey,
it.
do you guys know Billy Strings?
No, who's
No.
that?
Listen to Billy Strings. Oh, he's amazing.
I'm about
Putting
to
it
get
in
on
Spotify right now.
Oh, you'll love it. Away from the Mire.
Away from the mire. Check it out.
Wanna
Yeah,
drink some
that's some
bourbon and
pretty
listen to some
music.
bluegrass.
I think there's like such a good resurgence of like modern country bluegrass stuff that's like, especially like, I hate to admit it because we're from Texas. I'm so proud, but the country music that's coming out of West Virginia right now, I'm like, damn, y'all out here killing it.
So
These
so
Tyler
yeah,
Childers boys and stuff.
that he's Eastern Kentucky. He's Appalachia. So Appalachia,
nice.
Kentucky, where I'm from, we got Chris Stapleton, Tyler Childers,
yeah,
Dwight Yoakam. Wait.
he went
Man,
to
don't
Texas
quote me on
A&M.
that. Don't quote me on Dwight Yoakam.
Wait,
But they're, I mean,
is that what you're
even
talking about? No,
Oh.
I'm thinking Lyle Lovett. Never mind.
even if it's
Those
only
are
Tyler,
totally different people. No.
Whatever. They're the same person.
All right,
even
this
if it's
show's
only
off the rails.
Stapleton and Childers.
Uh,
You guys-
Nathaniel
Sturgill Simpson.
is Nathaniel Rateliff? Oh, really?
Where's he,
I didn't know that.
where's he from? He's
I
gotta be
think.
Appalachian.
Don't quote me. I'm 3 beers in. I might be wrong.
Look, we're gonna keep talking, but we're gonna end this show.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you to everyone that stuck around for our bluegrass and college football and the Pokemon in the middle, but
Yeah.
we just like to have a good time. Nick, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Every
it's been a
time,
blast.
it's great having you on.
It's been
Yeah.
a
You got
blast.
knowledge, you got humor. It's all really good stuff. Where can the people find you? Let's plug your stuff. Where can they find you on Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff?
Yeah. So
Actually, specifically, where can I find you? Because I want to get on these Twitch parties.
They're pretty great, actually. It's a lot of fun.
Twitch.tv/Kentucky Nick. I've been trying to stream a lot more lately. It's social media wise, Instagram is really the only place to find me. I don't have Twitter or anything. So Nick Wilson 11. And then if you are like a big Survivor fan and you want to join my Patreon Discord group and all that and have some good conversations on about Survivor, patreon.com/Kentucky Nick. And that's pretty much the 3 places you'll catch me.
I need to get in there because
and all of that will be below in the description.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I know Walls is giving you $20 a month to talk about Survivor.
Probably.
No, I guess I should say at $5 a month. It's
That's
like
a
my second
steal.
month. I'm still figuring out, but
I
I've been
like it
very
because-
engaging and active. I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's always a little weird because we do the exact same with our Discord, right? It's like, but it is what it is. I really like it because it's like it's a meager amount of money, but it just kind of separates a little bit like the people that want to be there versus the don't. So it really does create this kind of like community, where it's like we're all here. It's not Twitter. We're just like random angry bots from Russia are yelling at you. It's like this nice little ecosystem, and I really enjoy it.
I just need the trust to be able to actually say things and to
See, that's
actually
the thing,
talk
too.
and actually have a conversation.
Because like,
And
there's
plug-
actual consequences to what you say as opposed to what
Yeah.
we say.
That's
Nobody
true.
cares.
And I will say, we've had off recording conversations with Nick about this stuff, and you will enjoy it. I promise. There's some good behind the scenes stuff.
I don't even know. I don't even understand Survivor. I'm like,
No,
this
Salt's
is,
just like, cool.
this is fascinating.
And then Jeff Probst ate a baby, and you're like, oh my god, really?
What?
What kind
Yes.
of baby?
I mean,
Wild
that's a
stuff.
good example, like gossip. Like, what
Yes.
happened to this person? If somebody asks me on my Twitch stream, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But if you ask me and I actually know, I can I can actually tell you. Oh man,
Hey, I don't
this
know.
person-
But this is what I heard.
That's good stuff. Yeah, check all that stuff out because Nick is always a good time on Twitch and the Patreon. It's all really good stuff. Thank you to everyone that supports us on Patreon. You can find those details also in there. Really appreciate all the folks that do that. I think we have a new person this week. I can't find the show
Tyler.
notes. Tyler, thank you very much. Let us know. I don't think I've given you the Discord link, so hit us up if you don't have it. And then, of course, you can follow us anytime on Pokemon Go _radio. And Salt, I don't know, this is probably a sad moment for you. For some reason, maybe due to inactivity or just the fact that we haven't posted any racist comments, Facebook has deleted our page.
What?
So, rip to the Facebook group. Yeah, we didn't
I think
share
we've
enough.
posted on it in 4.5 years.
We
so.
didn't share enough COVID conspiracy theories or whatever, or try to cancel anyone. I don't know what goes on Facebook. It sucks. So, sorry, we're not going to plug that anymore. We're not on Facebook. Never
Yeah,
really
take it
have
out of the
been.
notes, Matt. Oh,
Yeah,
Nar
we're
actually
done
did
with
the
that.
notes this week. Hey, last thing
did.
I want to plug though. I am really enjoying the YouTube stuff. I've put out. So you guys will always find at 3 p.m. Eastern time. The weekly episode on Monday is going to come out. That is a commitment. Just like the show comes out every single Sunday night, Nar is on that. I am on the YouTube channel, so you guys will get to see the cool setup with Nick and Nar and I, and that is just going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you like seeing the show and you want to see the infographics and stuff, that'll all be up on YouTube every week, 3 p.m. Eastern on Monday. And then we're also doing a couple other cool videos a week. I did Dust Bowl Community Day. I did my cool Go Battle League video. I'm going to do the Halloween Cup this week. I think
Yo,
it'll
you got to watch
average
that Go Battle video. That's as good as Salt is ever gonna do. So go
But
support that.
I think it'll probably average out to something like there'll be the episode every week, and there'll be a extra video probably a week, and it'll just be like whatever we're doing. And I hope that you check it out and you support us. But it's just been really fun and very creative. A really nice creative outlet for me. So I hope that you get over there and check it out. Subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Comment, let us know how you're doing. Something you want to see. Any feedback is really appreciated. But I hope you guys like it because I've had a ton of fun doing it. It's so
You're
much
good at
work.
it.
YouTube is
It's
hard.
weird. I hate to give you compliments in public. You know that, but you're
It's
pretty good
true.
at video
He
editing.
does hate it.
That's what I was gonna say.
pains me.
I admire that you're doing that. I wish I could.
It's so
Yeah.
hard.
But
It's a time
like,
commitment.
It's like I was having like I couldn't export a video, and it was just so much problem solving, and it really just made me happy.
On a
Just-
scale of 1 to on a frustration scale, 0 to Nick losing at Go Battle League, like where were you on there?
I was
Did you
probably
make your
at,
dog afraid?
I was
Did you
probably
punch
at,
yourself
like,
in the face?
Nah, I was probably at, like a Florida fourth quarter playing Kentucky.
That's pretty
I
bad.
was pretty frustrated, but kind of deep down I thought I deserved it.
That's
Yeah.
pretty great. We deserve this. All right. Well, thank you to everyone. Thank you to Nick and all those good times. We got new shows that come out every Monday on YouTube also now.
Wait, Nick's
And
gotta
then-
say it.
Let's say what? I don't make people. You don't make people say your catchphrase,
Oh,
Saul. That is
fine.
weak sauce.
Fine.
You don't do that. Nick,
In the
thank you for
meantime-
being on. You are a pleasure to have. And in the
Pleasure to be
meantime, Go freaking catch 'em all.
I did.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
the
you
song.
forgot the thing.
I did.
Drop the beat. There we go.
Remix.
Your music sounds better at 1x speed.
It really does. Sorry. It's time to what on a like break dance. I can't do it. Can't do it. Slap it.
Yeah, we had somebody
just
help
gonna
us out
take-
with that.
I'm just gonna take the thing from the front and make it the end bit because we're not gonna do better than that. That was really funny.
Sure, I'll
The
cut it.
bourbon talk. Okay.
Oh yeah.